neck knives and shit. They got the little black case and you snatch that joint down for real, right?
Bro, this my EDC. Everyday carry is the 5.7.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5.7. I got fucking pepper spray gun. I got a fucking retractable baton. Not that bitch you buy out of Academy either. My
Mm.
shit got a switch on the side. That bitch come out like a lightsaber.
Mm.
I got that. And I got my motherfucking brass knuckle knife. That's what anytime you see me in public, I got at least 3 of them items on me. Anytime. Why? Because I'm not fucking around. I'm not playing around. I'm not looking for trouble. But yeah, I'm ready to bust head if it come to that. I ain't gonna be the only motherfucker bleeding. I know that much. You say it like that. Shit.
Nah, for real though. For real. Like you gotta at least have a knife or something, you know what I'm saying, as a what they call hand to hand combat weapon. You know what I'm saying? So just worst case scenario, you know, you get outnumbered, you know, you got something you can defend yourself with.
Shit, you need a knife. You need a knife just on the strength that what if you in a car accident and your seatbelt is jammed where it don't unlock? How you gonna get out that motherfucker? You gotta be able to cut yourself out that bitch. But if you don't have a knife, you can't even cut yourself out the seatbelt.
Real talk. That's definitely a real fact. We just seen videos, motherfuckers getting get pinched in by the airbags. They can't move and shit. You
Hmm.
get stuck in that seatbelt. The seatbelt not trying to unfasten. Yeah, we just seen cases like that. I think, matter of fact, that was one of Will Smith main things that he couldn't get the belt off or some shit like that, and the robot had to break the belt off for him. So
That's
he
why
could,
he was mad.
yeah.
That's why he was mad because the robot, instead of saving the child, the robot chose to save him because he had a 45% chance of survival, and the little girl only had like an 11 or 12% chance.
Real talk. Yeah. And he was mad about that. Like, yeah, man. I'm like, what's up, boy? I'm on live. What's up? My son wanted to say what's up. But yeah, he like, yeah,
Already.
if that was a human, bro, he would have went straight for the kid because he understood like the human got emotions. You know, the robot they ain't got no emotions.
Right, the robot is dealing with statistics,
Right.
dealing with data, as we say.
Mm-hmm. But all right, yeah, we ain't come here to talk about no daggone Ultrons right now. We ready to get it. We ready to get into this migrant shit that we've been pre-warning y'all motherfuckers about for the longest. So the fact that y'all over here acting all baffled and shocked is beyond me. I'm trying to figure out like why y'all ain't been prepping and having stuff like this. Now this ain't no this ain't no damn conspiracy, none of that shit. Like allegedly, no, this is really happening. And migrants is really on a takeover because they see that we're just handing out shit to them. Huh, you can have this, you can have this, huh? Have this. So they coming over here on the verge of a takeover. It seemed like, well, it don't seem like they on the verge of a takeover because, like, I don't know if y'all heard about Colorado, but Colorado they going through it up there. Colorado, Chicago, Britain,
El Paso,
El Paso, shit,
Arizona,
yeah, that's another New York. Yeah, man, shit, these
definitely
joints
New York.
definitely New York. Like these joints is really like they hitting. just pay attention to this video real quick. We're gonna break this video down because we still got a lot more evidence to play.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Take out the garbage.
Apologize. I forgot I had the thing up there. We're gonna get to that though. Dang, bruh. Hold on, bruh. And I just hit my elbow messing with you, bruh. Dang. My daughter come in the kitchen, daggone, rattling all the snacks and all that stuff, bruh.
That's what's called having a family. Shit, that's a blessing because a bunch of motherfuckers ain't got that.
Real
You know what
talk.
I'm saying? Shit, that's a blessing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a gift. It's a gift and a curse because they also gave me all these gray hairs. So motherfuckers don't even know nigga, how old is you, bro? Like you look old, but you look young. We're like, what? Don't worry about it. I'm one of the mysterious people. Don't worry about it. Shit. All right, but peep game, right? This lady right here, bro. She gonna tell you exactly where they stand at.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage. Every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
You see that shit, bro? How many locks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the kick door stick.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage. Every time we try to go to bed at night.
Every time I take out the garbage, every time they gotta go to bed at night. And this what? What you would call a rural neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't really shit really kicking off out there, but the fact that they gotta do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a kick dough stick, that's wild.
Kick those sticks. And the crazy part is, again, Pookie and Ray Ray ain't made motherfuckers go buy kick sticks in mass. Because for all of Pookie and Ray Ray's destructive tendencies, they still don't just randomly run up on folk trying to kick in their door to the house. We don't do that. Because for one, we already know that due to the complexion of our skin, people gonna be ready for us. So it's hard for us to group up and start kicking in doors because, again, the machinery, i.e., the police, would be mobilized real quick. That's what's funny about. That's how you know the government has got their hand in this shit.
Oh man, there they go.
There's no way we could be on a Ring camera with guns and another motherfucker on the cell phone and no police show up. You think I'm bullshit and get 3 of your homeboys and y'all just walk around outside with straps if you want to, and see don't you have a helicopter and fuck around and have a SWAT truck pull up on your ass?
Yeah, boy, say. And that's another thing I thought too, B. When I first started hearing about this shit, I'm like, bro, it's amazing. It's amazing how when this shit is happening, there's no police to be found. There's no police to be found, bro. Fireworks went off the other day around here, and they had police riding around crazy because they thought it was gunshots, looking for shell casings and stuff.
Hmm.
So with these motherfuckers doing this, why ain't no SWAT coming? Why ain't no, you know what I'm saying, fucking National Guard, all this crazy shit? Why ain't they coming? Why ain't they coming to help? Hold on, let's look at this shit. Hold on, I got something. Let's run this real quick.
We have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
You see what I'm saying? Now hold up. Look at this shit.
CBI and the Colorado State Patrol to better address concerns about the violent Venezuelan gangs. Investigators believe some members are from Venezuela, gangs responsible for this jewelry store heist we brought to you. This happened in Denver earlier in summer. All three agencies now creating a task force.
This shit happened earlier this summer. We had it into fall.
And what people need to understand about what we're looking at and what we're going to be talking about is the lights are still on. The water is still on. Stores still have products that you can go purchase. Meaning, shit ain't hit the fan yet.
It seemed like these motherfuckers is already getting they self prepared for that shit. They coming
They
straight over
already
here
in.
getting prepared.
Yeah, they already in shit that already hit the fan.
Look at shit. Bareface. Everybody bareface. Ain't nobody got no mask on or nothing.
What we need a mask for, and we undocumented.
That's facts.
We don't have a social security number. We don't have a driver's license number. We don't even have a U.S. birth certificate. So what I need a mask for? I could tell you my name is Luis Alejandro, and you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know the difference. You can't say that you can't prove this that's not my name.
Real talk. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, with no ID, I don't need a mask. That's like a person, even in the States. If your fingerprints are not in that criminal database, you good till you get caught. If they run your print and your name, you don't have any kind of criminal record, that print gonna come back as no match. It didn't match with nobody in the system. Because most of the time when they do fingerprints, if you're not in the system, they'll call suspects down to the precinct to get fingerprinted so that they can run the prints.
So
you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Exactly. So if you're not in the system, shit, you a ghost out here on that level.
Right. Look at this shit, bro. This shit crazy. They just running in that shit. You know? No hesitation, nothing. Nigga, we up in here.
Cut it off.
About
and the thing about that is, again, to show you the hypocritical nature of the society we live in. Why is it that we've had, white people but prevent
and really a lot
certain mob thefts from occurring, but we don't see these same white folks trying to
tackle nobody and shit.
Right, they trying to tackle us for clothes and food and shit.
Right. These motherfuckers hitting the jewelry, bro. I ain't gonna cap, bro. That's the only reason why I don't have no Britain videos, bro, is because the motherfuckers out in Britain, bro, they getting stabbed, bro. Them migrants out there ain't playing, bro. They stab a bit, they beat a college, not even a college girl, they beat a high school girl damn near to death, like 50 of them. Just pummeled her, bro, out in the streets.
Because in Venezuela and other Latin American countries, the blade is more accessible than a gun. They grew up playing with blades, the machete in particular. And again, that knife, that's a different kind of mentality to use a knife. See, to use a knife, that's close and distance. That's up close and personal. That's the knife is right there with the spirit as far as human weaponry. That's
Right.
old. Way before the projectile, way before the gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
You gotta put 5 locks on your front door and the kick the security bar and the light still on.
mm, mm. They still on. They ain't going nowhere yet. That's
And
the
even with the thumbnail you had right there, right?
yeah.
If excuse me,
You good?
but what I see is, yeah, y'all got the guns, right? But definitely not on any kind of tactical, any kind of formation, nothing. Y'all out here with shorts on and shit. Even buddy that had the rifle, you ain't got it at the ready.
Hmm.
That's how I know you on bully shit. You're not on killer shit. You're not on we finna come in here and really, because if you were, y'all would be formated. First of all, y'all would be in some kind of formation,
As soon
and
as that
everybody
door
would
would have
have,
cracked, I'd have kicked that bitch. Boom! Up with this motherfucker
and,
up. Wrong
and
shit.
everybody would have had the weapon at the ready. You see that? You see how he holding that rifle?
Oh yeah.
He's not ready to
He
do a day. He ain't ready to do nothing.
he ain't ready to hurt nothing with that. Not like
Yeah, he
that.
ain't ready. He's not ready to do nothing. Even Buddy with the pistol, he ain't ready to do nothing. You ain't ready to do nothing. You got that motherfucker in your one hand. You're not ready to do nothing.
Right.
It looks intimidating, but for those of us that's really on that type of time,
Mm.
yeah, you ain't ready. You're not ready, even though it's in your hand. So people need to understand, just because it's in your hand, don't mean that you're ready.
Real talk. Real talk.
Because again, if he was really on that type of time with that rifle, he'll have that motherfucker pointed up, ready
Right.
to go.
That should be pointing at the door. First of all right, let's get to that video. Let's get to that video because there's so many, so much
What up,
bullshit
Zay?
in that video. Yeah, shout out Zay in the building. It's so much bullshit with this video. So yeah, let me pull that up first. So first, before we even get started on this shit, right? I want y'all to pay attention. Look what kind of right he flagging his homeboy. First of all, if he'd have pulled the trigger, he could shoot old boy right here in this red by the door. But
Right.
the first thing I want y'all to remember, look at is on that rifle. He has a what appears to be a hunting scope on that rifle. So he not really gonna be real accurate with that motherfucker unless he got some cannon sights on that bitch.
Right.
Cause I don't know how many people just sit there and shoot without sights. Like it's kind of hard.
Yeah, he got a rifle that's made for distance shooting.
For
I
yeah,
mean, with that scope, he's not
yeah.
he's not ready for any kind of close quarter combat. Because if he was, it'd be a red dot on there.
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
Not the laser either. Or you can have a laser on, but
I mean, at
def,
least with the
def,
laser, you can go off the
def,
laser.
right, but definitely not with that scope. You ain't finna. You're not. You
Yeah,
again. It looks scary.
right.
So yeah, you flagging the shit out your homeboy.
Like, look, like as we can see, these people got the guns down and stuff. Like they ain't really coming to hurt nothing, but like you said, it's the intimidation that they're able to do this shit. Because
Right.
like B said, you ain't going to Philly doing this shit. You ain't coming to
Bro,
Baltimore with your guns out doing this shit. That's you already
you
know how that
you're
shit
not
goes.
you're not coming nowhere where we heavily concentrated.
Facts.
As far as in apartments, you're not coming because y'all already know it's plenty of guns in there, and trust and believe they gonna get bust. And it's
Mhm.
not gonna be no show and tell. Look what I got. Yeah. So again, bullies operate off weakness. They operate from picking and choosing who they can bully around.
And then like B said, look at these fools. My man got a purse on. Man's got the purse on. None of these niggas got no vest. None of these niggas is prepped for war. So they just
And
regular motherfuckers.
and when that door opened, when they was going in, nobody had a gun pointing. Again, nobody was at the ready. What if it was somebody in there with 100 rounds?
Everybody did. I'll let y'all walk in too.
Because when that door opened, instead of guns being pointed like real business, like it's real business going to take place, everybody walking up with guns to their side.
Real talk. And how is it that these motherfuckers took over this joint, right? With these guns and no police come, no SWAT come, none of that shit. Motherfuckers taking over an apartment complex and ain't nobody dying. There's no way. Where all these motherfuckers going after they done kicked all the people out?
Right, you mean to tell me y'all done got kicked out and nobody you know got no straps, nobody you know is on that type of time? Come on, man. Come on, man. But that's a reality because again, like I say, most Americans they don't wake up with that Machiavelli mentality. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Most people not moving in that energy.
Real talk.
Most people, even those that carry guns, people I hear white guys say it all the time. I carry it, but I pray I never have to use it. What you carrying it for then?
Mm-hmm. That
I
is
carry, I carry in the event I do have to use it. I'm ready to use it. It's not a question. I'm not worried about bond money. I'm not worried about bail money. I'm not worried about none of that shit.
mm-hmm.
See, I don't carry for defense. I carry for offense. Me.
Hey, and that's the see. I'm kind of like the opposite. I'm kind of like the opposite. Like I carry mines for the defensive purpose, but I'm not. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm not afraid to use this shit. If it comes down to it, I'm not afraid to use it. But before I had to use this, I rather we fight it out before I had to use this. Now, if I ain't
But
got
see,
no
this the
choice but
thing.
to use it, then I'm gonna use it.
See, this the thing. When you dealing with this kind of mentality,
Ain't no fighting it out. I'm shooting first.
right? Ain't no fight, bro. You not getting hands from naturalized citizens.
Real talk.
You can't run. You can't run a fade like talking about in a hood, and it be respected if you skin him up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't do that with your native, you know damn well you can't do that with a foreigner.
Oh heck no. Because I wouldn't even attempt. I wouldn't even attempt to try to box with a foreigner or like migrant or nothing like that because I already know like after I get the punching on he's gonna pull the blade out eventually. So it's like I'm gonna have to shoot him regardless. So I might as well just shoot him first. Ask questions later. Might
And
as
the
well.
lights still on, people. This
Yeah.
what we gotta understand. With everything we looking at, the lights are still on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going from they was running in stores to now they running in houses,
Hmm.
posing as Amazon delivery drivers, posing
Mm.
as yard people in some instances. And what I'm seeing too, that they are using their women more and more
Mm.
to ring doorbells, because the average person, you see a woman, this is you dial it down a couple of notches.
Yeah, you a sucker for a woman.
Right.
Like we don't see these. Like we ain't just see two girls set up two dudes the other day to get jacked.
Like we didn't just see that lady in the jewelry store running in and grabbing shit.
Hmm.
And from the first video you showed,
Real talk.
the jewelry heist, it was chicks in there.
She ran in first. She tried to close the door, but the girl got through.
See?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Look at this shit though. Peep game. Like it's crazy. See, it seems far fetched that something like this shit happens, but this, like I said, this is Colorado. So I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's in the U.S., so it's only a matter of time for it's your state.
Colorado is almost considered the Midwest, so this ain't even a coastal city. This indicates that they've made their way inland.
Right.
To the scene here at this apartment complex just before 7 a.m., carrying out evictions. And now dozens of tenants who used to live here are now looking for a place to stay. You can see just the red and blue X that are on these apartment doors. And that's just a signal that this place has been, that they have already carried out the evictions, that this place has been vacated. And now the cleanup begins here. Now we watched as code enforcement and police officers went door to door to make sure that each of the apartment was cleared out. Piles of trash, they're being cleared.
So, but okay, we get
What up,
that.
Smitty?
Salute Smitty in the building. Where the people that went through and kicked all them people out though?
Your highs all the apartments empty. But we've been told by this same media that they kicking people out, going in, taking what they want. Where the people at?
Why ain't nobody getting arrested out here? Why ain't no
Bingo.
like
Bingo.
this is crazy, bruh. So you mean tell me that these migrants just ran? Now, mind you, that what's going on, Malik?
Oh, what's up, Malik?
Now, the thing with this is why is it that the migrants come in there, kick these people out, or the ones that don't want to stay, they keep them in there, but they take their rent money. So how these migrants getting this rent money? Because I know for sure, like a lot of people pay rent online.
I know
So
I pay mine online.
that, bruh. So these motherfuckers is collecting rent money. So that means they was in there for a long enough period of time to collect rent money. It ain't even the first of them. This happened at the end of the month. I don't know. I don't know nobody who pays their rent at the end of the month. It's always in the beginning. Shit, sometimes motherfuckers might ask for an extension. Can I get an extra 5 days? Because your pay don't always land in the beginning of the month.
Right.
So where the money went at, where the people that collected the money went at, and how is it that the people that was in the apartment complex got to find new places?
I thought that's what the taxes that people paid for
Real talk.
municipal services such as police. I thought that's what that money was for.
I thought when I signed this lease on this apartment building that it came with renter's insurance. So how long I've been here? So I've been here for 3 years. I've been paying 1,800 a month for 3 years. And now I get kicked out and I gotta find somewhere to live but I ain't break lease. I got kicked out by somebody who just randomly came over here and said I had to go and took my stuff. So shouldn't I get compensated for that? I should get that 3 years back, right?
Yeah, in a perfect world, you would maybe, perhaps.
That's wild.
But again, we got to understand this is being allowed to happen because they're trying to gaslight a certain portion of the population. They're trying to gaslight a certain portion of the population when in California they sign a law to where undocumented individuals can go get interest free $150,000 loans for home purchases. If you think that's not gaslighting that good quote unquote red blooded American, you got another thing coming.
What happened, B?
What up?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
There you
What's
go.
up?
All right. You what's going on? Naeem in the building. Mom Duke's in the building. What's up, Ma? No, you was talking, it had blanked out real quick. Yeah, there you go. I don't where you at, B? See, done did it again. All right, there you go.
That's because my phone it went black. You know how your phone will time out.
Oh, okay. Your
Yeah.
screen. All right.
hmm
All right. Well, we go ahead. Finish what you were saying though, because you was in the middle of it, and then it had went out on you.
Oh, all of this is being allowed to happen because there's a bigger agenda at play. A certain portion of the population is being extremely gaslit. That's the term they use today. If you think that quote unquote red blooded patriotic American ain't hot under the collar about, first of all, just them coming, getting the benefits that they get. And now, even in California, the law's been passed to where they can get the $150,000 interest free loan for home purchasing. If you think those people that got way more guns than us are not being gaslit, you're wrong. And this ties into the election process. Neither side is going to be satisfied with the results. So people need to already get in their minds that it's finna be hectic going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Man, go and put that link in there because this can be a group conversation because we got a bunch of everybody got something to provide on this topic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go on drop that link.
Shouts out to B. I mean the link going up so y'all can get up in here.
Because we got people from different sections of the country. So what I'm seeing in Fort Worth, Texas may not be the same thing that Malik is seeing in Houston or what Naeem is seeing where she at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And another thing too, because you got a valid point. I wouldn't know nothing about this if I didn't go on here and actually see this stuff, like because we ain't got this issue out here where I'm at. Nah, we have seen like new faces and like shit like that, but to the extreme that they're going in Colorado and New York and in Chicago and shit like that, nah, that shit ain't happening out here. Not like that.
Right.
But yeah,
Aurora is
man.
a city that really don't have a lot going on. Like they in Denver, right? The migrants in Denver, and they doing certain things, but they ain't taking over apartment complexes
Real
because
talk.
you got a lot of money in Denver, i.e., the sports teams. See, any city that have a major sports team, it's gonna be a limited level of bullshit going on there anyway. Because why? They gonna keep the city at a certain level so they can keep the patrons coming to these arenas to spend that money.
Right.
That's like I was telling you about the fact that I stay right down the street from the Cowboy Stadium. Within a 5 mile radius of that stadium, it's not gonna be too much hoopla like that. Why? Because Jerry Jones got the mayor and perhaps the police commissioner in pocket. So if you think that man finna have this kind of shit happening close by where people have to walk to that stadium, nah, it's not finna. Nah, you're not finna fuck up my money. Now you
Yeah.
might do that. You might do that in a town a little further away, but yeah, you're not finna do that and fuck up the money. That ain't finna happen. Yep, doing Uber Eats. They can't do that. They can't take over VA because they gonna kill them without asking. Virginia
Yeah.
has zero. Yeah, see,
Yeah. Yeah. They ain't Virginia ain't ready to have that. It's too many diehard Patriots out there for that shit. They ain't having that. See that, like you said, B. They know certain spots to go to, certain spots not to go to. You got to ask yourself, why would they do that out Aurora, Colorado? Like, why would they do that out there? Ain't nothing going on out there. We don't hear nothing. We don't hear nothing popping out in Denver.
in Aurora, yeah, we don't hear nothing about Aurora. I ain't never even heard of Aurora till it hit the news.
Real talk. But peep game though. Peep game though. Look what this lady had to say about this shit. And this is Chicago.
These migrants. We are, because I work 12-hour shifts. I have to work for my money. I don't get anything free. I don't get to choose a $3,000 link card, or I don't get to buy a fancy car without working. You have to work hard for those things. So I think it's unfair. I think the migrants are bringing a lot of crime to the country. They're taking from the American people. They're taking from the American people. They're also selling drugs in our country. They're also snatching up young girls. They're doing a lot of things that are just not right.
Do they get prosecuted for any of their crimes?
No, they don't. They, they may lock one or two up, but they let them right back out. It's the same thing I saw. I don't live in Inglewood, but I saw something because have to go in the area sometimes. And I saw how these migrants they're worse than the people here. They steal cars. It's a shame.
Now, just notice how every time she start mentioning the crimes that they start doing, bro, they clip that joint out. You know what I'm saying? I found that
Hmm.
I found that odd. It's like, yeah, we're gonna give them, we're gonna let them know that they commit crimes, but we won't give them too much crimes that they committing out here. And like I said a long time ago in a live a long time ago, bro, we're the ones paying for these motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, so the 3,000 that they getting on cards and all the benefits that we paying for that shit. I've been said that. That was a long time ago.
So again, lady individuals like this lady that's being interviewed, if she feel like it's unfair and she seemed like a very nice, nonviolent individual, if she feel like that, what do you think that motherfucker feel like they got that tobacco in his jaw speaking all goddamn day?
Hmm.
What do you think going through his head?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, brother Benisi?
Hey,
Uh,
what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hey,
Glad
what's
you
up?
glad you
Hey,
stopped through.
yeah, what's
real
going on,
talk.
brother? I really enjoyed the podcast. I see you've been keeping it up, both of y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you feeling, bro?
I'm all right. I just kind of woke up, man, but this got me going. I'm up now.
What's up? That's what's up. Yeah,
Well,
that's how it goes, bro.
well, let's just put it in perspective, man. Like the immigration and limited resources, scarcity, the whole little strategy that they working out. I just want to put some in context historically. A lot of people don't understand, man, that the benefits that these people are actually being able to accrue have actually came about due to the civil rights struggle of black people. And these so-called immigrants that are in this country now, or who are coming to this country, have always stood on the sidelines and reaped the benefits of what we put out there. For example, affordable housing. That was established in 1964 through the Civil Rights Bill. When people say Section 8, a lot of black people use that term but don't understand what Section 8 means. Section 8 is actually Section 8 of the Civil Rights Affordable Housing Bill that provided for affordable housing. So these people who are coming over here are taking advantage of that particular bill, the affordable housing. So the thing that offends me is that these same people that come over here and take advantage of these benefits have no interaction with blacks, a prejudice towards blacks. These Arabs that come over here and other people who are considered a protected class under civil rights because they're non-white, they get all the interest-free loans under minority protection. Anybody that come over here that is non-white have access to these grants, have access to affordable housing based on the struggle, the blood, the sacrifice of black people. So there's a historical paradox that they put these people here, like y'all are saying, in our communities to start unrest, to start some type of friction, to get us thinking that we fighting against them, while these white people sit back from a distance and watch us grovel over these resources that are very limited. So they giving people immigration status and haven't even gave us reparation status in 2024. They giving them money.
Mm.
We still debating if we can get a check for reparations, but they cutting these people a check because they consider, what I'm saying, oppressed people coming from an oppressed land. Well, we've been over here living through political unrest, through slavery, Jim Crow, the civil rights era, and can't get no political protection from being a political prisoner right here in the United States. So that's the insult. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of black people don't really understand it from that perspective, but they can feel it because they've been here, and that's where the anger come in at with us.
No, you right. You right. And to add to that, we kind of really shoot ourselves in the foot because instead of electing a motherfucker that got common sense to actually talk for us, we get these motherfuckers that they hand to us like, you can have Reverend what's his name, Al Sharpton. You can have him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You can have this, and we just gonna go with it because that's just a black face. Like, we not really delegating nobody to speak for us. You know what I'm saying? And when we did, because we had like people like Fred Hampton. I listened to Fred Hampton and how impactful he was. You know what I'm saying? We had people like that, but they took him out. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that we can't have another Fred Hampton. It's just that we're not delegating the people to be that. We're putting, and no, this is no disrespect to David Banner because I like David Banner, but we put David Banner in that category, and they look at David Banner as just being an entertainer and a rapper. They don't
Right,
look at it as being actually intellectual and being able to move some shit.
right, right. Absolutely. I'm down here in Houston. I don't know if y'all heard about them two immigrants from Venezuela that killed that 12-year-old girl. Um, and they were undocumented. They were still able to work for free, will work under the radar illegally through a construction company, which that's what they do in Houston. But
Hmm.
they followed this young lady home from a corner store and raped her and killed her and dumped her body up under a bridge. But the thing about it, man, is that they can come over here and get the jobs. And people always say they're the hardest workers. No, they're the cheapest workers. And
Right,
they're not the hardest workers. They're the cheapest workers. They'll settle for jobs that we don't want because we've been here 400 years. So we know a living of a wage job as opposed to them coming over here getting a job for the first time. So certain jobs that black people don't want to accept because they don't really pay rent. It's jobs that they are taking McDonald's and Burger King and all these low paying jobs because they can do that as a group. And what that
right,
does for the economy, that allows laborers to put these people in here for cheaper prices. So the corporations are playing a big part in letting them come over here because they're going to do the jobs that a lot of people like us are not going to do because they're not livable wages. I worked somewhere, man. I worked at a place of people getting paid $10, $11 an hour. That don't pay rent, but they all living together, 8, 9 deep. You can pay $100 on rent and go get a Dodge Challenger for $300 a month car note because you ain't paying no bills. So they're letting them come in here and flood the economy and take those jobs that are considered outdated for us. So it's just ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? But the politicians out here, to be black and to be a politician is a dilemma because you got white needs and black wants, and you always got to compromise between the two. So these politicians are not really in a position to do nothing but cater to the line.
Hmm.
That's all they doing. You know what I'm saying? But the Civil War coming. Civil War already here.
that's deep. That's deep. That I
Yeah,
like
we
that.
we
I'm typing that in the chat now. Yeah, I
But
mean, white needs and black wants.
that's
Oh, we
right.
might. Yeah, we might have to do a topic on that. That's heavy. Make sure make sure you stay tapped in, brother, for real, because
hey,
we gonna do
hey
something
Chop,
on this.
I told you this brother was on some other shit. I told you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need.
for those that don't know, this is a brother that had a very impactful influence on my life. We met behind the wall, you know what I'm saying? Behind enemy lines. And we grew each other as men for the time that we were uh, in each other's faces. So again, this idea that we can't stick together and it ain't no real love between black men. This brother here, yeah, we didn't,
Yeah.
this is a real comrade right here. So that's
Yes,
why
sir.
I told you I was trying to get him on the show because he got a lot to bring to this platform. A lot.
Real talk, nah,
Thank you,
and
brother.
Already, man.
Naeem said, yeah, I mean, she liked how you was breaking that down. Yeah, I mean, she couldn't see your name, she didn't know what your name was. So yeah, but
Malika.
yeah, I'm glad you stopped through though because this is a heavy topic, bro. Yeah, I mean, and I want y'all I want y'all to see this, and it's funny, but it's not funny.
Scooter. Look at these. They doing hits off scooters in Chicago. These niggas said, fuck getting away. We trying to go viral, goddamn. Get us on this scooter. Look at these. Yo, getaway slow as hell. I could have threw a rocket, hit y'all niggas, and get back. And then, oh man, come on, man. This gotta be the most terrible crime ever. All on camera. Niggas could have caught a.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Again, what better way to foment what we already have been pre-programmed to accept? What better way to foment civil war than to keep showing you this, to keep showing you
Right.
the police not acting. The police won't. All of a sudden now, all of a sudden now, it's such a personnel problem with the departments that some departments are closing at certain times of the night.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I ain't never in the 48 years I've been on this earth, I ain't never heard of the police department being closed till today, till these times that we living in right now. What better way to foment that anger? Because that, see, it's one thing if you angry and you're vocal. It's another thing if you anger and you just sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's
That's a
what they
good point.
call a ticking. That's what they call a ticking time bomb. And so the woman who was being interviewed talking about how unfair it feels to her, that is a ticking time bomb. Not her per se, but people who feel like that. People who are like, this is not, you mean to tell me now? Imagine how if we feel it's unfair, what you think them white folk feel who have been conditioned to believe that this is theirs anyway by virtue of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
What do you think they
Yep.
feel? And you think they not gonna act out? It's only a matter of time before people start acting out. Because again, that anger that sits inside, it come out in an outburst. Road rage, the increase of road rage. That is a sign that people are sitting in anger.
Absolutely. That's a good point. You got.
When, when a person jumping in front of you, right, on the street. Now
Yeah.
nobody's car has been injured, nobody's car has been damaged, nobody's hurt. But when that activity can make you pull over, get out your car with a gun,
Right.
you already mad. You already mad. It's not the cutoff that produced that.
Exactly. Exactly. I've seen it. I've avoided it. Driving, you can see people just itching and anxious for something to happen. Looking, putting their windows down, throwing their hands up like "What's up?" Just looking for trouble, looking for death, and looking for violence. But you make a good point, brother, about um, anger being a part of us and that imploding and that builds up and it acts out in different ways because we're in a concentrated environment with just black people being mad. And when you have a lot of black people that's mad, what you're gonna get is a lot of niggas killing each other and a lot of violence on niggas against niggas because all these black people in this particular pot. And like you say, what better way to ferment more discontent by showing resources being diverted here that you feel you deserve there, and white people watching from a distance saying the same thing, that they're taking over our country, they're taking over our resources, they're getting these bills and these grants and all these other things. It's crazy because a lot of these uh, like you say, counties and places are run by Democrats who supposedly been on the platform to help black people, but they're letting these people come in and take everything away from us because they really have no respect for us because we ain't got no respect for ourselves. We get on TV and we protest. It's wrong what they're doing. But once you understand where the money is coming from, again, the money is set aside particularly to help disadvantaged people. That's part of the Civil Rights Bill. Anyone that's non-white can qualify for that. Political unrest, like the Ukrainians coming over here getting money. Same way it was during the time of the Japanese during the internment camps in 1945 when they was under World War II and the U.S. government on the West Coast rounded up all the Japanese citizens and put them in intern camps during the war. Those people receive reparations after the war, you know what I'm saying, to compensate for being falsely imprisoned during wartime. Everyone gets the benefit of reparations or repairing damage done financially, mentally, socially. We get nothing. We get nothing. The conversation now is about Palestine and what that conversation is. All this is in global context. The conversation with Palestine. You wonder why in a country that's supposed to be so holy, all these people believe in God, they can't sit down and come to a spiritual agreement after all these years. One, and first and foremost, the people that stole the land don't believe in God. These are white people pretending to be Jews, so they're white first before they're Jewish. So the onslaught against the Palestinians is white violence against dark people. Got nothing to do with Jewish people fighting against the infidel Muslims. These are white people who are white first, Jewish later, who are slaughtering dark-skinned people because they look at them as being a problem. That's a fight for resources. That's a fight to push them people out that land and bring their people in. The same thing they doing in Chicago, the same thing the white people are doing over there in Palestine. It's the same global context. You go to Britain right now, Great Britain, there's a uptake in white extremists because they say the Africans and people coming from the Middle East and coming from Africa are taking over the resources. They're bombing immigration offices in Great Britain right now and killing immigration lawyers who are helping immigrants come over. They're being targeted right now in Great Britain. This is a global thing of scarcity in the terms of white people seeing resources dwindle away and trying to replace that through violence and unrest. This is going on globally. So what we seeing is really unprecedented, but this is the last phase of it. And the unrest is already here, and it's just a matter of time. If Trump loses the election, it's going to be an issue. They letting him run again because they know if they didn't let him run, it's going to be another insurrection. It's a compromise going on among white people. They know he's a racist. They know he catered to a racist class, but they're afraid to not let him run because to not let him run, that group of white people going to explode on white people, and we're going to be right in the mix. The violence ain't going to be against white and black. It's going to be against white on white, and black people going to be in the mix of it, confused about where our loyalties lie and what we should do. That's going to be the confusion. White people are already fighting against each other. We just going to be collateral damage in the process if we get in the way. So I'm just putting
No,
all that right. Go ahead.
no, you right. I wanted to let you get your time, but I wanted just to add to that is because the shit's so scary because I remember Heavy Lefty asking a question and I forget what word he used, but basically the word was like when you merge something with something else and make it one thing. That just because they do this on one side and other people do something similar, you can merge them two and put them into one category. I forgot what word he used. It was on one of the earlier episodes, but I'm only saying that to say there's nothing different from this. Oh shit, it's nothing different from this that we saying right here
Mm-hmm.
to this. There's nothing different. There's no real difference because from the camera view, Buddy right there with the
Mm-hmm.
red purse on and the red hoodie and the red hat, that look like a regular nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So we not really looking at nothing different. So this, and I remember B when we first covered the migrant dude and he got locked up and he put up the two middle fingers and he was like, see, that ain't nothing that we don't do. That's some shit Pac did.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we pre-programming y'all to see all these shootings that they do, all these walk downs and
Mm-hmm.
run ups and shit that we do. So when it actually come to your doorstep like this, you're
Yeah,
not really shocked. You're not
you're
really
right.
shocked.
And then
That's a good point. Go ahead, bro. Listen.
as far as what he was saying, white on white, and we gonna be caught up in the mix. If you look at The Walking Dead, that show, right? As the seasons progressed, we got caught up in the mix, but we was off to our own because even during the zombie eclipse, white people were still being white. White people were
Mm-hmm.
still holding true to the tenets of white supremacy. The scene on the rooftop on the first episode where the brother was handcuffed and it was a zombie up there that was gonna kill both him and the white dude. The white dude was still calling him a nigger,
Ha.
even
Yeah.
even facing death. He was
That's
still
right.
calling him a nigger.
Wow. They got that on film on purpose. Yeah,
Exactly. The
that's
show,
on purpose.
right.
You the
Even in the
first you the
latest
first
movie,
enemy.
first and foremost, even in the movie Civil War, the one they just released in March,
Mm-hmm.
we were not in that movie in a as far as fighting. We wasn't in that movie. We had one brother that got killed, but for the most part, we wasn't even on the scene. The only black man that was in there was a politician who was fleeing, one of the main characters. So again, we not this because this fight don't have shit to do with us at the
Nope.
end of the day. It has nothing to do with us because we were never included. The brother said that the Civil Rights Act is to help marginalize or disenfranchise people of color. So if we can't take advantage of those programs, what that tells me is our white people are still operating under the doctrine of you three-fifths of a man.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
See, you're not even a whole person in their eyes. Even right today, if the Arab can come over here and take advantage, if the Mexican can come over here and
Yeah,
take advantage, if every other nation can come over here and take advantage of what we struggle, fought, bled, and died for, then
exactly. We get no respect.
Just
that lets me know that they don't look at us as a complete human being. Because again, the three-fifth doctrine was it took three of y'all to make one.
Right.
now,
And
now picture.
go ahead.
Now look at what we're looking at on this screen, bro. And this the lack
Damn.
of awareness that we have. You see what I'm saying? Now look, we have all these people right here, all their stuff kicked out on the curb, thrown in the trash, dumpster, and all that stuff, right? Now we have a video of of brothers walking through a parking lot where a whole bunch of migrants done raided the store, stole people cars, stole people food items, all that shit. You feel what I'm
Damn.
saying? But instead of taking this and being like, yo, this shit ready to get real, I'm ready to go prepare myself. No, we walking through laughing, recording, saying, "Oh, yo, they cracking off, cuz." Just listen to this shit. Listen to the lack of awareness that we have.
Mm.
Venezuelans is taking over. They just jacked them? Oh, me. These niggas is out here tripping. Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here. That is on bullshit.
Oh, shit. What the Yeah, they're tripping. Nigga, they cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the... Nigga, we almost just got hit. Bro, these niggas is on bullshit.
Hey, hey, you still there?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we here.
Let me say something right quick about that. Reason why,
good.
man, the black you see them acting like that. First and foremost, they don't even see themselves connected to the community. That's another part we gotta understand. The lack of awareness is them not even feeling aware that they're a part of the community. To see a store get raided and see a store get ransacked, they don't give a fuck about that because they don't even see themselves as being part of that community. That's the disconnect. So a lot of times, if you look at how these stores owners treat black people, that's been followed through the 80s, through the 70s, and with the explosion of the riots and Watts and all this right here, it's always started most of the time from somebody in a corner store at a place of business of another color treating black people like trash. As soon as some occur in that community, those be the first stores that black people burn down, like Bernice was saying, out of that hidden rage. When you come into the store trying to buy something and you ask a question, the first thing they do is threaten to call the police. You ain't done nothing wrong, but they know that by me saying I'm gonna call the police and you being black, this little dispute about these chips can end your life when the laws come. Because the scenario
Mm.
can change real quickly. Them Arabs, them store owners, all of them treat us like shit in the black community. Again, the same ones who benefited from minority business loans when they came over here to get these stores that was once ran by black people. So I'm not surprised to see them watching from a distance, detached, pointing out, laughing, because they don't see themselves connected to that community, and they mind fuck that store, fuck this community, fuck this trash around here. They wilding out, man. It's all good. Then when they start putting the pistols on them, when it's personal violence, then they respond. But when it's
Mm-hmm.
violence against property in your community, which everybody renting and just occupying, you don't get that same response. So no shock there.
Hmm. Nah,
They don't
that's
see themselves. Yeah, that's a heavy point.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't see yourself as part of the community, so you don't
At all.
understand how even if the store gets shut down, how that's gonna affect you in that you're gonna have to burn more gas to get to another store.
Nigga
With
Mm-hmm.
burn gas
gas
and go get
already be,
nigga. They don't care about burning gas, get to another store in Benicia. Nigga burn gas and get weed on the other side of town. If it's some good weed, if it's some good, it go 50 miles for some good. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about
Yeah.
the store.
hmm
Yeah. Nah, that's true. That's true. That's so true. And like reason why I brought that up is because, like you said, that's the disconnect,
Yeah,
bro. We rather look at this shit and not
yeah.
motherfucking do nothing or even want to prepare ourselves, but we will motherfucking let a motherfucker say, bro, this nigga over here with my girl again, bro. I want to go slide, bro. They go slide, but we seen the video of the daggone cop beat the dude and kill the dude and send the picture to his ex-girlfriend like this the dude you messing with. So we seen motherfuckers crash out over girls against their own kind, but they won't even, you know what I'm saying, step what's right. You know what I'm saying? Step for what's right. That's that's beyond me, bro. Is wild. It's wild
and
to
what we
think.
got and what we got to understand is it's not gonna get any better.
Hmm.
Christ said in the scripture, when you see these things, then know that this is the beginning of sorrows. So it's not going to get any better. So if this is not our fight, but we're going to get caught up in it, it's some kind of code need to be established amongst us now, especially those of us of like mind. That's why anybody I know that's for real about it, I'm trying to link up because it's going to take all of us moving on a code, even though we may be in different geographical locations. Because man, you when you see this kind of stuff, now you know why you need to have food and water in your house already.
Mm-hmm. Above
Because
all, man,
Sorry about
if
that.
they
prepared.
if they if they call lockdown in your city, that means you can't get to the store. If they call lockdown in the city, they lock the city down for civil unrest. You can't get to the store.
Yeah,
And the thing about what make this part so scary right here is that, like I said, who's getting locked up right now? Now, because I don't see nobody who was getting locked up, and then the people
mm,
that's out there gotta find new houses from whatever program they ready to put them on. So, and then
And
on top of that, on on top of that, they're going they still don't have no house to go back to, because you think they gonna go back to that? They ain't going back to that place. You already
bro,
know how
look,
that's gonna be. They gonna tear that shit down and build something new right there.
yeah,
bro, the crazy thing, well, not the crazy thing, but the reality is this country that we live in has blood on its hands. And that's something that we got to really understand about what we looking at. The invasion. That's what that's what happened in the Bible. Every time God got ready to punish the people, he sent an invasion. He sent conquerors to come in and take over the land.
yeah.
So if you think that there is no karmic bill due to this country, when you look at us, if you just take what they've done to us, all of the babies that they have poisoned from the plutonium that they done dropped in the Middle East during the Desert Strike and Desert Storm campaigns, all of the soil that they poisoned all over the world, creating manufactured starvation and famine. If you think it's
Yep.
not a bill to pay, then you don't believe in God. If you think that God is just, then you got to understand that that just God is going to balance the scale.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be collateral damage, whether it's directly or indirectly, because we live in a country that's under judgment.
Yep.
See,
Absolutely.
that's why it's not going to get any better. We live in a
Yeah.
country where they still refuse to even acknowledge the wrong of what was done to us. You know what the cop
Exactly.
out is? We didn't do it. That's the cop out. We didn't do it. I have plenty of black friends.
Right.
Right.
That's the cop. That's the cop out. You didn't do it, but you benefit. You didn't do it, but you ain't signed away now acre that your granddaddy left you
How we
to
oppress,
right
how we
to right the
oppress.
wrong.
Exactly. That's a
They'll
good
say
point.
some dumbass shit like how we oppress it. We got so many black millionaires. Well, ask yourself how much the black millionaires that did for the black community so far. And if they
Well,
did so
See,
much, where we at with it?
well, I'm gonna say this about some of these black millionaires. There's some highlights, as small as they might be, but they don't get the attention they deserve. Ti just recently down there in Atlanta. I'm sure you know, bro. I'm sure y'all know. Opened up a 143 unit affordable house, free housing, affordable housing for black people down there, and he opened up I think 80 of those units for homeless youth. So you have these increments that are taking place, but on a grander scale, saying you would think with all the millionaires that they would put more money in. But just to add somewhat to what Ebenezer was saying about the judgment, yeah, that the judgment is already here. It never left. It started when it started. When you commit a wrong, that wrong is still committed, and the effects of that wrong is still outlasting. You'll see the judgment in different parts. But the problem is that what people don't realize is that what we seeing here in America, the white people who started this shit in the government, they know their time is limited. They know that there's a scarcity of resources, that people are waking up, that people are not looking at, for example, white people like they used to look at white people as being some godlike deified figure. You got young people now don't believe in God or nothing. So you can't sell God like they did with us growing up to a 6-year-old. You can't sell heaven to us because we haven't had a chance to even live. So it's a different youth mentality. And what they know, with all that energy we got, all that potential we got, like you saying with these images, they're
Mm-hmm.
programming us to think violent, to keep that energy contained among us and negatively affect us. Because if that energy, which is no fear, this is the Fred Hampton generation you're talking about, but it's
Right.
the Fred Hampton generation of youth with no direction. See, this is
Right.
what he was trying to instill: no fear. Fuck the police. Fuck the pigs. We living in an occupied community. Our community is being occupied by the police. Same shit he was
Mm-hmm.
saying in the '60s. And black people then were afraid of the police. Now they're not afraid of the police, but they are now being redirected to use that energy towards each other. That's why
Right.
social media, niggas drawing down guns. You can go online now. It's all you see is all they doing is getting us to believe that that's all the youth is about.
Now,
Murder, 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 murder. Violence is funny now.
yeah.
Violence is funny. We used to watch people fight. I'm gonna say this real quick. We used to watch people fight like, damn man, hold, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? Okay, okay, get off, and that's enough. We'll pull the dude off a dude. All right, man, damn, you got it. You know that's enough. Now, shit, pull them off. You participating or watching. Man, we have
Mhm.
no heart for the violence when it comes towards us on us,
Yeah.
and that's the generation that they trying to they fucking us up, bro. I hate to use that term. They putting
No,
us, well, yeah,
you
they
right.
fucking us up.
You right. You got a valid point. You got a valid point on that. And only reason why I bring that up though is because now use Ti in a good sense. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, I get it. Salute to Ti for making housing affordable, but we're not gonna really say is him pulling that string to make. He probably paid the money. He probably put up the money for it, which is a tax write off or some shit. But that
Mm-hmm.
shit probably still a government funded program.
Probably so. Subsidized.
You
True.
see,
Probably
you
so.
see what I'm saying? So he ain't buy no land and put houses on it and put niggas in there so they can you see what I'm saying?
Right. It's still renting
Yeah,
out with a subsidy. I get it. A subsidy
exactly.
contract. Yeah, you got
So
a point.
that's the part that I'm getting at. With all the
Mm-hmm.
money, and millionaires we got, who the fuck magically owns this land?
That's a good point.
So why
and
the fuck
and
we ain't buying this shit? Why the fuck we ain't putting buying this shit and putting our people back how it was? We had Toulouse, we had Philly, we
Greenwood.
thank you. We had spots.
Mm-hmm.
They know what happens when you put us in spots. How is it that these motherfuckers can group up and do this shit right here? They can group up and do this shit, but you put 5 niggas on a corner. I bet you any amount of money. If the first police don't stop, he gonna double back, or it's another one gonna come.
I agree. It's a good point, bro. Damn. Mm. Yeah.
and the
That's
and the and the piggyback off of, because both of y'all are saying they know. Malika was saying they know about the potential and know about how that energy now is not, it don't have any direction. And you were
nope.
saying, and Chop was saying something about they know. See, they know we talking about government. That's the day. And we know that they know because, like I said in the last live, 1968 COINTELPRO memo specifically stated these words: we must prevent the rise of a black messiah who could
Mm-hmm.
unify and electrify the masses. So,
Mm-hmm.
how would they even know that a messiah is coming?
Mm-hmm.
How would they know this? Why would they? Why would they
They
pick?
study.
Why they didn't say? Why they didn't say a black leader? They said
Mm-hmm.
messiah.
Hmm.
Now,
Mm.
when you look at the Messiah was one that was crucified and came back to life. The Messiah was one that could walk on water. The Messiah was one that fed the masses. The Messiah was one that gave sight to the blind. The Messiah was one that healed the sick and raised the dead
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
raised himself and raised himself.
Oh, Osiris. Yeah.
So what are they studying?
Yeah.
And that's why I said it goes back to the blood. It's a reason plasma centers are in the hood,
Mm-hmm.
because
That's a good point.
they have the medical technology to be able to see what house you come from. See, if you read the Bible, the genealogy, it was always such and such came from the house of such and such
Yeah.
came from the house of. So they
Right.
looking at the blood. They've been looking at the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Damn, that's a good point,
That's
brother. There you go. That's yeah. Go ahead, man. Yeah, that's real.
that's
You
that
got to put it
that
all in
that's
context. You got to put it all in context.
that's why I say again, when we see what's going on, we need to understand that we're coming to the end of something. We're coming
That's
to
right.
the end of American dominance in the world.
That's
The
right.
position that America has held is null and void. She's on her way down. That's why the
Right.
economy is down. That's why the food quality is down. That's why it's no production in the country. That's everything is in a decline
That's right.
because America fell victim to the same thing that nations and empires before her fell victim to, because it's a mentality, it's a mindset that the
Right.
collective take on, and the collective have taken on that this is their land, meaning the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Mm.
they move through the earth doing what they have unapologetically.
Mm-hmm. You know.
And
Yeah, man,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening to you. I was just saying that I was just gonna say like with you look at America, man. You look at time. Let's put it in some proper time context. America's only a little over 200 and some years old, almost 300 years old, 300 years, like far as a nation. That's a small drop in world history when you compare the ancient Kemetic or ancient Egyptian societies, which was over 3,000 years old. 3,000. I'm talking about even go further than that. Most ancient civilizations, that people don't really know, lasted longer than what we're seeing in this so-called modern era. What we think is, man, they've been here, America. They only been here a little over 200 years, maybe three, like as far as a nation. So you're looking at a rapid decline. I mean, you like you saying, like they dominance, but they dominance ain't been no longer than 60 or 70 years after World War II, when America achieved international dominance, when they restructured the world based on the World War II agreements they made during the so-called, Marshall Plan and all that. But what I'm getting at is that this decline, America haven't really, they think perception wise that America done been something. America ain't been nothing too long, to be honest. So this
Hmm.
decline is coming rapidly. They had this brief period was make America great again, when everything was all good for white folks. That little brief spigot in history, but bro, that's been short lived. If you think about all the times that America was great in terms of mindset of white people, it was bad for black people. When America was great for white people, it was bad for black people. So there's never been a time in this country where there's been prosperity on a holistic level. Yeah, you can say the economy doing good, a lot of jobs, white people got jobs, everybody happy. I think what we're looking at is when you define happiness and prosperity, you always got to define it from what's going on in the white community and what's going on in the non-white community, because there's always two different Americas. But all of the country is going to hell. No matter how you separate the social mentality and the political mentality and the economic divisions, they're all in one country. So yeah, man, I don't even think that
Mhm.
America. Yeah, you got to look at it like that. And
Yeah.
this is what we're looking at. You got perception that's defining where the country's gonna go, what people feel the country should be, not where it's at actually and realistically. It's feelings. Black people
Mhm.
have always felt disenfranchised. It's never been a time in this country where we felt free, and we ain't never gonna we never gonna feel free. You might think you free by what you buy and where you live and what you able to get, but you don't feel free when you driving in that car when you get pulled over by the police. I'm gonna say it
Hmm.
again. You might think you free by where you live and what you got and how you go here and go there and your money, but you don't feel free when them laws get behind you, because now you
Hmm.
know it's a different type of, see, freedom is perception, bro. It's perception. And what we looking at is we fighting perception. That's why the
Hmm.
social media is being flooded with perception. It's trying to keep the perception out there. Niggas over here,
Hmm.
immigrants over here, white people over here, everybody living in dual realities. They call it a multi-dimension. We in a fifth dimension because everybody living in different dimensions, different realities, all in one
Real
country,
talk.
in one land.
Hmm.
Real talk. Now
Man.
that's real because just said that earlier. We in a melting pot, like with all the different people in here, and we got people like you said, we got people who consider themselves sovereign citizens, and we got people who consider themselves regular citizens, and we got people who consider themselves right wing. We got people who consider themselves left wings. We got people who consider themselves hippies. We got, I mean, it's just so much bullshit, but we not seeing the play on how they playing us the whole time. This like this shit right here. DC has made nearly 6 million on one speed cam. One speed cam, bro.
And what is the
And,
population? What color people live in DC?
Blacks.
and
Didn't they used to
Majority.
call that Chocolate City?
yeah, and to go even further on that, right? So they made 6 million on that, and we know that the average motherfucker don't even make 7,827 dollars a month. We know that.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We know on the average that these motherfuckers, we don't make motherfucking nowhere near 300,000 $73 a year. We know that. So we have this false sense of reality that we can just splurge and we just got so much time to party and bullshit and
Right.
kick it and
Perception,
fuck
bro.
around
Perception.
and
Yep, that's it. It's exactly what it is, Malika.
Perception.
You
Listen,
exact.
listen, listen.
Yep.
You got to look at it. I can't emphasize this enough, bro. We got to look at this perception of how we looking at everything. Like you said, a melting pot. You can put a lot of shit in a pot, ingredients, but one thing you can't dilute is salt. You can't ever take salt out. You put too
Mhm.
much salt in something, it's too much salt. No matter how you try to dilute.
Where you at?
No, I think he muted his mic. He had something going on in the background.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I get what he's saying. No matter how much other shit you put in there to try to cover it and how much other shit is that shit still gonna be salty no matter what.
yeah. Salt
And
can't be overpowered in seasoning. Yeah, you ain't
exactly.
nothing gonna. Yeah, nothing. That's a
And
good
that's
point.
yeah, and he using the salt as a reference for perception. You know what I'm saying? Long as they keep giving us this perception of that shit, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never gonna be able to dilute that shit. That shit's already there.
And in the Bible, Christ said that ye are the salt of the earth.
Hmm. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
so again, we looking at uh 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 you know the end of something,
Yeah, we
and
look.
they said it. They know.
Hmm.
If you read their writings and look at some of their videos instead of Lil Woody and them, they'll pretty much tell you they know what's going on.
Peep game, bro. Peep game. So yeah, I just want y'all to look at the statistics real quick, right? Count them numbers up. Look at them numbers and look where y'all stand at, right? And think about where y'all stand at. Now think about this right here. So my question is, with this income, how y'all gonna be affording this? Because they coming out with cars that you could play the game on a dashboard. It's gonna be a lot of y'all motherfuckers fake stunners out here.
Now, mind you, this is why this country is going to shit, because that is so hypocritical for the Benz manufacturer to create a dashboard where you can play video games on, when this same society will give you tickets for driving while looking at your phone. How the fuck is the driver supposed to keep their eyes on the road now, if that's what you're supposed to do legally? How the fuck are you supposed to keep your eyes on the road? Because Ben's doing it now. It's only a matter of time for this shit for everybody start doing it.
Let's look at them numbers again.
That's so hypocritical, man. For them to manufacture a car that's gonna further take your eyes off the road. Motherfuckers have a problem keeping their eyes on the road because of the goddamn phone in their hand. So you mean to tell me she's gonna create the government now, supposed to protect the people now and all the public safety and all that good shit? You gonna make cars now with fucking a whole game screen in the dashboard, as if the driver not gonna look at that shit or glance at it. Come on now. Come on, man. See,
Now,
that's
now we got Mercedes coming out with this at the same time. At the same time, this shit happening. This it's wild. It's wild, bro. It's wild.
yeah.
How
You got apartments being taken over, motherfuckers running in with guns, and Benz is making fucking cars with goddamn gaming console dashboard in it.
mm-hmm.
But you'll write me a ticket and fuck around, take my goddamn license If I get caught too many times driving while texting,
Hmm. If I
you take my fucking life. You take my goddamn license. If I get too many driving while texting infractions on my fucking driving record, but you gonna tell me that it's okay. Y'all gonna let these people do it. That's some fucked up shit. Like it's that kind of shit that irks me because I see what's going on. Why you writing tickets then?
hmm
What's this whole keep your eyes on the road bullshit? You might as well be a drunk driver with a fucking gaming console in your dashboard.
hmm
You might as well be a fucking drunk driver. And it's
so
hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy like that underlines this whole motherfucking system we in. And that's why this is why that's happening. What we looking at. This is why. Because shit, we know where the blood diamonds come from. We know where the fucking diamonds come from.
hmm
So you think you think you ain't got a bill to pay for them people that's done lost their lives mining this shit so that you can make a fucking dollar?
and
You
they
think it ain't no bill to pay. You think it ain't no bill to pay. And God used people to manifest his will on earth. So could these be the Assyrians of the Bible coming here? Hmm.
hmm
Because every time Israel got out of pocket, he sent the Assyrians, he sent the Philistines, he always sent somebody that loved war. Hmm. That they love war from the scripture perspective. When he sent in people to punish a nation. So on a higher level, we understand, or I understand why the floodgates been open. Yeah,
right
this shit bigger than Nino Brown. Yeah, yeah. And
and
those
no
that know.
and
Those that
nobody
know. Yeah.
asked the question. You know what I'm saying about why they would be building fucking AirPods with cameras on them. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody asked that question. Oh shit, that sounds cool, bro. The fucking AirPods with cameras. The fuck? You gonna take a picture of your brain? Like how the fuck you gonna like? Come on, man. And all this is happening. All this shit is happening, mind you, while this is taking place, bro. While this is taking place, brought to a city near you, brought to a city or county near you. Yeah, I mean, just think about this. This could be your joint.
And again, going back to what Malika was saying about the perception, it's a reason that they then came out with these goddamn glasses, these headsets that you can actually walk around in.
Oh, I ain't even got a picture of that. Damn.
Yeah, these headsets, the new Apple headsets, you can walk around in public with them bad boys on
Yeah, I know. I wish I had the
because
video.
they've now given you the ability to alter your perception, your reality, what you looking at, what you're interacting with. See, with them goggles on, you can make everybody look like a fucking Pokemon if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're dealing with a real human being, your perception, what you in your reality, meaning the information that your brain is processing at the time when you have those things on, yeah, you dealing with whatever you done made that up to be.
Dang, what happened? Oh, he back. All right.
Are he back?
Yeah, they let me add him back to the stage.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, no,
It's
it
awful.
dropped off.
I think it's invading our country.
Yeah, but hold on. Listen, to the lady, bruh. Listen, to the
Who's
lady.
supporting these migrants?
We are, because I work 12-hour shifts. I have to work for my money. I don't get anything free. I don't get to choose a $3,000 link card, or I don't get to buy a fancy car without working. You have to work hard for those things. So I think it's unfair. I think the migrants are bringing a lot of crime to the country. They're taking from the American people. They're taking from the American people. They're also selling drugs in our country. They're also snatching up young girls. They're doing a lot of things that are just not right.
Do they get prosecuted for any of their crimes?
No, they don't. They, they may lock one or two up, but they let them right back out. It's the same thing I saw. I don't live in Inglewood, but I saw something because I have to go in the area sometimes. And I saw how these migrants just, they're worse than the people here. They steal cars. It's a shame. It's awful. And I think it's invading our country.
And Brandon Johnson doesn't do anything to stop it?
Brandon Johnson is not worth a quarter. He's not worth a quarter. He do, all he's doing is right now, because the DNC is here, he wants to make it look good. But clean the city up and keep it clean. Don't make it look good. Don't put a facade on for the people that's coming here. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think he should have another term. Period. I will never vote for him.
Man, it's deep over there, bruh. Shit, I don't even think it's his fault though. Like I think it's deeper than him.
Bro, this shit bigger than Nino Brown. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I was off. I don't know what happened. I was listening to y'all, man. Like I didn't want to lose it. I'm listening to, man. I'm listening to everything. Zeno Brown. Yeah, I wrote that down. I was sitting here in the truck. Now I was that Mercedes thing in Benicia, and about the videos in the car. We the first one to do that. Put the Nintendo and all that. Remember back in the day, they put the
Mm-hmm.
video. So
Yay,
we've
you
been
sure
doing that,
right.
Pimp my ride and all that shit. I
right?
remember.
So, but what I'm saying, what didn't
It was in
happen
the
is
back seat though.
the backseat. Well, you look at that video. They see me roll, and they playing the PlayStation. The girl playing the PlayStation. Him and her, a chameleon there in the front seat. They had all that in the car back then. Black people in the hood was putting that inside their vehicles. And what then happened, like you say, the monopoly is that these white businesses or these big corporations are seeing a trend to make money on. So they just say, well, this what they like. Let's put it in our vehicles. So at one point, they wouldn't even do nothing like that. But the trend is so popular now, at least they think they can capitalize on it and make money. Forget about safety, forget about distractions. This is what they like, you know what I'm saying? But we was the one that originated and you know, put that out there. The TVs in the car, all that stuff that we was doing, they came back around. If you notice back then, Navigator started putting the TVs in the headrest. Nobody was doing. See what I'm saying? If we were smart, we
Yep.
would have capitalized. No, really, if we were smart, we could have capitalized on that and patent that. But we didn't know. We were just trying to make our cars look a certain way. But we was the one that put the TVs in the back seats, in the screens. Now you know how they got it now, where the screens come down in the back for the kids to play their little stuff. We did that, bro. Them cars didn't have none of that stuff back then. They was saying back then when we was doing it, it was a distraction. Now it's all part of the accessories when you buy a vehicle. So
Man, you sure right, bro. I forgot all about that. But you
yeah,
exactly right. Yeah,
yeah,
especially in
we
Houston.
did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in Houston. Because
Hmm.
if you go back to some of them early freestyles, them early 2000 freestyles, that's all them boys was talking about was my screens falling.
Yeah, in the headrest, and they was listening to playing DVDs. Yeah, I had back then you get the little DVD, you put it in your front, and you could take the DVD out, you can detach it. But everybody was
Hmm.
putting that next. And Tesla came with the bigger screen. It's the same concept, the touch screen. They been having that, bro. It was you had to go to a shop, accessorized shop, and get them to modify that and put that in your vehicle. It didn't come standardized. Now it's standard in every car, touch screen. People been having such again, bro. That's just they saw the trend.
Look,
That's that.
look how they. My fault. I ain't mean to cut you off. But look,
Hmm.
look how they. The first thing they put on there was Fortnite.
Yeah,
I find that funny.
yeah. They betting on Fortnite. My son don't play it no more. They used to play it. They don't even play it no more. But you got people, man, online. I know bro. They betting thousands of dollars, bro, on Fortnite and games. Like losing it's a rapper on there. I think he was going crazy. He bet it. I think 10,000, bro. They betting online. Kids, they Anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah, nah, I get it. Fortnite's a very popular game amongst the gaming community. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I see, and like you said,
trend.
I see the trends, the perception, and all that
Yeah,
shit, bro. Like that was
yeah.
a that was a good analogy, and we finished your analogy because that was a good analogy with the salt being in the food and you know the perception being the metaphor for the salt. That's you on the road, bro. Yeah, you definitely got tapped back in. B, where you been hiding them at, B?
Man, I just been waiting on him to come on his own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I told you I had told him about the link, but obviously some kind of way or another, he got unsubscribed.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
So
I
okay.
don't know how.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why he hadn't been back in pocket. But we talked last Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And I've been texting him through the week, and so I told him about the show yesterday, and he said he was gonna come. So he'll be
Right.
here, and when
Yeah,
he can,
definitely.
he'll be tapping in when he can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I like what y'all doing, man.
And
Appreciate it.
on a personal level, bro, tell him about the work you doing. Like you ain't just talking out here as far as trying to bring change into the community.
Oh yeah. So what I have a organization or a, called Recreate Me. We focus on rehabilitating or refocus on the youth, man. The youth.
Mm,
I go into the juvenile facilities. And again, I don't go in preaching, bro. We don't go in preaching. We got a contract with the state. We go
mm-hmm.
in. We go in to teach. And Ebenezer knows we always say this. There's a difference between a preacher and a teacher. A preacher want to be heard, and a teacher want to be understood. So we don't go
Right.
in. We don't go in talking. I have a curriculum. We talk about social media. We talk about do's and don'ts. Peer pressure for Black people being a noun. It's a person, place, a thing. Anyway, the curriculum we
Facts.
bring in, real talk. We bring in this to the community, to the juveniles, the kids that are waiting sentencing, 12 years old with murder cases. I go in there. I got a contract with the state. I was going to the schools, uh, working with that. I got a girls program. I got two young ladies that work with the girls. Let me tell you something, man. Make this very clear. These kids, bro, they might be getting money as adults, but they still think like children. You got to make a distinction.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a person that's 16 years old and they're a millionaire, but emotionally and mentally they still have the mentality of a child. That's why you
Mm-hmm.
see. That's why you see all the mistakes that they make with the money that they get. You see the
Yeah.
mistakes they make with the money that they get because they don't have the emotional capacity to deal with having that money. You got money as an adult, but you still think like a
Facts.
child. These will be the
Salute.
kids, these will be the millionaires who will go to the cities and get killed based on a tweet, what was said online. Go out here and fight King Von and what they said on, sensitive about text message. You got $1 million in your account. You done got your mom out of poverty, but you'll go over here, meet this dude at this club based on a text message because you sensitive and you still in your feelings as a child.
Right.
Emotionally, you still a child. This is what I
I'm
teach the
glad.
kids. Oh,
I'm
that's all.
glad you said that.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
glad you said that. Because I made that point to Theo was like, bro, when we look at John Morant and the shit that he been through, bro,
Mm-hmm.
like we downed him and laughed at him. But I was trying to tell my homies, was like, bro, we don't gotta, we know why he's doing that. In his mind, he think that's cool. That's not the
Yeah,
problem. We need to be asking, why the fuck is his father? If his father's in his life, why the fuck his father not doing nothing about that? Why his
mm-hmm.
mother not? And they both in his life
Right.
because they gave him the freedom. You making the money. That means you're an adult. That means
You're not
I'm
an
a
adult.
I'm yeah I'm gonna play the backfield because you're making the money and you're making
Exactly.
decisions as an adult because you got this money and that's no, you can't do that.
Let me
That's
say
why
this right
he
quick.
doing the shit that he's doing.
Let me add this right quick. I'm gonna say this to these about these kids, because hopefully, and Benice, I'm gonna try to get him to do it up there. I'm trying to finish another contract starting in October. But I'm gonna say this.
Mhm.
Um, when them kids are sitting in there downtown Houston, they in juvenile, they waiting to get sentenced or get certified as an adult. And again, they may have committed a robbery or some of them in there for murder. I'm talking about kids as young as 13, 14 years old. Now, this is the point I'm making, and I made it to them. I'm making it to y'all online. They can certify them as an adult for committing an adult crime, but they can't certify them as a man. You know what I'm talking about? You certify them
Yeah.
as an adult because they committed a crime as an adult, but they cannot certify them as being a man. So I
Hmm.
emphasize that. I emphasize that to them kids. Just because you committed a crime that's adult type oriented, that don't make you certified as a man. All they doing is
Facts.
certifying you to be sentenced under adult standards because of you an adult. But I tell them you still they're looking at you, whether you know it or not, is still being a juvenile mentally and emotionally. You committed a crime like an adult, but the state know that mentally and emotionally you're not qualified to even stand trial as an adult. So even the state, going back to that, the state know looking in, these are kids that are emotionally, mentally kids that are doing adult crimes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the state know what they doing. That's the point I'm making. That's the ultimate point. The state know they got kids that are vulnerable emotionally that's out here and fucked up. So man, I that's what I that
I got a
that's part of what I do. I'm sorry. I
I
didn't mean to
got a
cut you off.
question for you. I got a question for you because I like
Go
that.
ahead.
I like the path that you're doing, and I always thought about that because my whole thing
Hmm.
was I wanted to build a program to where as though I get the nonviolent ones before they actually hit the prison, hit the
Okay.
prisons and shit,
Okay.
and get put them in the programs. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying, to actually build, trades and stuff like that to get them on the right path. Now,
Yeah.
how would I go by doing something like that?
Okay. Well, I was in. Okay. That's okay. So I was in the schools, which is really prevention. I call that prevention, and then going into the institutions more intervention. How you would do that? You either get you a non-profit, get you a 501c3, get you a name, a concept. Once you get your 501c3 down, you know what I'm saying, you got your paperwork. You want to go to these schools and try to pitch the program to the schools. You got to have a curriculum, obviously, and you want to
Right.
go to these community centers. The schools, we were in the schools at one point. I'm going back to the schools again. That's more prevention, like you're saying. So
Hmm.
get your 501c3 down, get you a name, get your curriculum, how you gonna go in and actually help these kids. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. In Benicia, you remember a brother on Pack 2 named Kilo?
Yep.
Check this out. I'm gonna share this with you. I'm getting chills just talking about it. 2 days ago, this fit into what the brother's saying right now. 2 days ago, went to this gas station that I usually don't go to until I go to work in the morning. But during the afternoon, some told me go to this gas station. I seen the brother Kilo. I ain't know who he was. I'm coming out the stove. I'm coming in the stove. He coming out. He said, Malika? He mentioned me by my name. I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? Who are you? You don't remember me? I'm from Pack 2. Check this out. So I remember you, man. He knew you. He knew Quiet Storm. He knew he mentioned names like that. The dude got over 100 trucks. He's a millionaire. He said I got over 100 trucks. I don't know if you know Steptoe that used to be down there at Pack 2. He got Steptoe
Yep.
driving for him. He got Steptoe, one of the COs driving for him. He got over 100 trucks and got people that's getting out the penitentiary. He putting on the
Mm.
CDLs. Now,
Let's
know
go.
what he now listen to me. Know what he told me? He got my information. I'm being humble when I say this. I drove off. I called him. He said, "Man, I remember. I want to tell you something." I said, "What?" I remember you had spoke. I came down, and one thing you said, we need to get more acclimated in business and get more international. He said, "Now, man, I'm working on an Airbnb in Nigeria and an Airbnb in South Africa. We supposed to meet up today to try to compare some notes." But the point I'm saying, I remember him a little bit, but he remembered us. And from that presentation, he said he was a youngster and he got out, got over 100 trucks, got a gas line contracts, bro, in Midland. All he hires is mostly dudes getting out. So what you saying about connecting people to resources when they get out or before they go in, it's people out here in place to do that. But we got to do as black people, we got to do more than network. We got to learn how to work. When you meet somebody in the streets and you compare notes or compare information, we usually just leave it at that. Our follow-up game is terrible. We don't know how to follow up. We meet and feel good and it's good. But then when it comes to actually following up, no, real talk. We get into the emotion of talking about some shit and don't want to get into the work of doing shit. So I'm gonna follow with him and I'm gonna gauge his resources, and he'll be a point of contact for some of them dudes and I'm the youngsters. And also what you trying to do, you gotta get with people that got something going and refer them to what you got going. You can't do it by yourself. What you doing, people doing it. What I'm doing, people doing it. But the difference is we're the ones doing it. There's a lot of people talking about messing with young people and doing this. They don't have the what we got to do it. I'm saying, man,
Right.
you gotta get with people, compare your resources, compare your notes, and take care of your business. And Benice, this was last week. The dude had tears in his eyes, hugged me at the store. What Quiet Storm, man? Man, I remember y'all. Man, I love you, bro. I was like, all right. He said, man, I got over 100 trucks. Called me on the phone. And he's like, man, what you had spoke to, he was no Muslim. He was nothing. I just came down there, heard you speak. And said, since then, man, he a millionaire. Live right around the corner from him. What was the odds of me going to that store in the afternoon to get gas when I usually do it in the morning when I go to work? Some told me go get some gas, and the second time it told me, I just rolled to the store. I was still dressed in like just from the house, and I saw him coming out the store. At that moment, I met him. So that's an affirmation, and what you're trying to do is even more so. I think what black people do, I'm gonna say this and just be quiet. We try to compete with each other rather than cooperate. When you dealing with death, it's too much out here to be competing. You got yours, I got mine. I'm gonna do this, do that. Man, we ain't got enough for nothing to do nothing. I'm not gonna compete with you to do this. I got my see, people get wrapped up in what they got as opposed to what they're doing. I got a program, but you ain't doing shit. I got this, but you ain't doing shit. What's the effect of what you doing? Having some and doing some is two different things. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna say this loosely. Fuck with people that about results. I don't get into the what you got and what you unless you ain't doing shit. But anyway, 501c3, getting it
Yeah,
down. Put your curriculum down. Connect with community organizations. Connect with the schools. Where you from anyway?
Maryland, Baltimore.
Oh yeah, you
If
got
I
action
get
up there. Go ahead.
if I get kicked out, my bad. If I get kicked out, I'm going through the back roads and driving, taking my wife to work. So I'll be right back. But yeah,
All right.
I heard what you were saying with the 501c3 and stuff, and get the curriculum and all that stuff.
Right. And find people in your community, which I'm sure you made a lot of contacts, brother. You seem to be a very intelligent brother. You seem to be resource driven. Find
Yeah.
people that you know that got stuff going on where you can say, hey, I know this guy. You literally need a job. I can refer you to this person. Put them on your resource team. Or you can say, hey, man, I know a guy that can help you prepare for an interview. I got kids. I teach them how to interview. I teach them how to get a job and keep a job. But I also show them how you can lose a job. See, a lot of black people know that you can go to a job and
Right.
lose a job. How do you lose a job? I teach them how you can lose a job. Why you didn't get the job. It's the difference between dressing up for the
Mm-hmm.
job and keeping the job. Most people dress up and look good. I'm here. I want to provide for my family. I was on a good life. Be in there 2 weeks and get fired.
Mm-hmm.
Black people too emotional at work. We more concerned about being liked at work, rather than being respected for the work that we do. We don't know how to separate being liked at work as
Mm.
opposed to being respected for the work we do. If you respected for the work you do, fuck being liked at work. Black people do this. I ain't going to work because I don't like so and so. I ain't going in today because I don't like you. You ain't going to work because what you like about a person. You know what I'm saying? This is what a lot of young people have a problem with when they go to work. They come into work not knowing how to separate work and respect from being liked at work. Because they'll be the ones
Hmm.
fighting in the day room and outside in the parking lot. I ain't trying to hear what he's saying. He tripping. He telling me to do this. Why you ain't told so and so? I teach the kids in one of the lessons how to keep a job, and what happen when you lose a job, how that follows you. They haven't taught us right, bro. The real talk. That's why the kids don't want to work because they don't know how to work. We've been taught how to fight. We teach kids how to fight, not how to think. That's the thing. Now teach a nigga how to fight. Don't teach him how to think. Then when he get in trouble, you need to change your life. Anyway, man, it's
Hey
crazy.
man, that's hey man. Hmm, like I said in the last live, man, God is everywhere, and you'll always get confirmation when
Yes.
you're on the right path. You always get confirmation, and
There we go.
it's a blessing that you as a man have not strayed so far away from the source to where you couldn't heed that call, because that was a life-changing call.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people get life-changing calls. A lot of people get that same call, but they don't heed it, not
Mm-hmm.
understanding you might have missed the opportunity. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, what are the odds of y'all crossing paths?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and that just reaffirms a lot of things for me, bro, because
Mm-hmm.
you've been with me since I've been out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and to know that what we said decades ago now, who knew
Yeah.
that those seeds was gonna have that effect, bro?
Mm-hmm. You never know. That's the point.
And again,
You never know.
we was inmates just like them, but that just
Yeah.
speaks to how they saw us in that
Yes.
place, how we carried ourselves.
Yes. I had chills on me when he said it, bro. I have chills now when you talking about it. Go ahead, dog. I I needed that. I needed that for some reason. Yeah. So
Lord, no, I need it.
he remember all of us, bro. He mentioned Quiet Storm. He mentioned you. He mentioned, and I was like, I was trying to peep him out. We older. He just saw my face don't change. He like Malika, like. So I ain't done no dirt to nobody out here. So I see somebody mention my name. I ain't like you say how I carry myself in there. There's no spillover effect. So when somebody say my name or you so and so, I'm like, yeah, I mean, what's up? I can't be like, but I messed over this nigga or man, who asking? So
Right, right.
yeah. When you
And,
dirty
and,
like
and again,
that,
that's why it's so important to, again, we had that effect, bro, because
mm-hmm.
we done walked it. We ain't just talking. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We found who we was in places where motherfuckers lose their mind. Can't get
absolutely,
right
bro.
for life. Can't get
Yes,
right. You just
right.
told me about the brother that's on death row right now. Was
Yes,
locked up with us.
he go visit him. He go visit him. He told me about him. He go visit the dude. Yeah, he was locked up with him. He was so smart. He told me I just went to death row last weekend to go see him on death row. Yeah. So
So yeah, that's
it,
that's just that's just confirmation for me, bro,
yeah,
because
yeah,
like I say, man, with everything going on and how we behave, bro, shit. On the cool, I was on some Pontius Pilate shit. I done washed my hands with this shit.
mm,
And then I met Chop. And how we met in a motherfucking chat to show you when God got a plan. We met in
mm-hmm,
a goddamn chat room on a whole nother motherfucking channel that don't really touch on shit like what we touch on here.
mm-hmm,
But that Ao, that's his name, Ao Conseco, he the one told Chop that me and him needed to link up. He kept saying that shit. Kept saying that shit. And we linked up, bro. The first time we talked for damn near 4 hours. I don't know this man from a can of motherfucking paint.
mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah,
that meeting him got me back active because you already know I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't talking about shit. I know
me neither.
what's up and I'm gonna move like that.
Remember, I just tell you, brother. I said everybody needs an outlet. You gotta have an outlet. You can't. We different. How we was reared, how we developed, what we know. We can't do the 9 to 5 and don't have an outlet to express who we are. We gotta have an alternative outlet. If we don't, we'll implode. It'll affect our personal life. It'll affect a lot of shit. This what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing and what you doing and what everybody's doing. It's an outlet. You gotta have an outlet to express that part of you that your higher self. What a lot of frustration sit in at. A lot of bros got a lot of knowledge, a lot of potential, but don't have an outlet to express it. And that's when they implode and be frustrated.
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
So yeah, Chop, this is the brother that's again ain't just talking, was locked up. Like I told you, he was locked up for some shit he ain't even do.
No, nope.
You know what I'm saying? He stood in the paint where the average motherfucker wouldn't have been able to do that on principle, bro. You gotta
Right,
understand, on principle. You don't have them type of men walking the earth today. Not not too
right.
many.
Yeah, I
and
met.
he been
Go
through.
ahead. Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say how I met you though. I got to tell them how I met you. Can I tell them a little bit?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so uh, in Benicia, man, Brian, you call him B. He came to the community, man. He's wear these glasses, man, look just like Malcolm X. And we was in this community where we had a free platform. We can do whatever we want to do, bring people up to speak. We entertain audience. His ability to speak was honed and defined by being in that platform. He spoke in front of hundreds of people. I spoke. So we was groomed in there. But when he first came, a lot of people was like, he started speaking. They were like, man, he too. And I was like, nah, man, he aight. So I kept pushing him, giving him a platform. But the same energy he have now, the same practicality, the directness, how he talked, very clear. You can understand what he's saying, putting shit in practical terms. He had that ability then. And when he spoke from a religious perspective, he always brought the practicality of life. Like he would speak about
Right,
religion, but he always say like how that's going to affect and how you going to be able to pay these bills and how you going to be a mother or be a father. Always made it practical, and that's what I like because that's what I was about. So
right.
I gave bro the platform to do his thing, and man, when I say like he was, I just sat back. You know what I'm saying? They like Malik. I said, man, let him do his thing. You know, because again, it wasn't about the spotlight. Everybody got light. We need to get these
Mm-hmm.
bros up here, get these bros up here in some diversity. Get them and bro. When I say shine, he was shine. I just sit back. It took the load off me. Go ahead, bro. Take
Right.
credit. He was a Tylene coordinator. He did his thing. So,
That's a
but
that's a
yeah,
son.
man. Yeah, very inspirational, man. And he didn't do a lot of talking, so a lot of people used to watch him. Me and him was in the same electrical class together. We spent a lot of time. We talked about mamas and stuff, and we man, we was just it was just who he was, and we didn't really know what we was
Hmm.
doing. Then we just had a desire to do it. We didn't know what the impact was. We just did it, and then
Right,
yeah, we wasn't trying to get it for fame or. But I know people right now, man, in corporates, Mexicans, blacks that wasn't Muslims, wasn't Christians, regular people that came down to the services, heard us speak, and I know, in Benicia, he was telling me about Po Chop doing good. A lot of people, the sell, Martine, all them still doing good. Who I saw a lot of them, they was like, man, we appreciate y'all. Like these bros are grown men and got families and working and taking care of their business. It was like, man, I
right,
appreciate yeah, y'all gave us a perspective on hope. So you never know who you touching, man, and who you didn't touch. And
right.
yeah, you can't say who gonna go and who ain't gonna make it. You can't say who going and who ain't gonna go. Old people just say that you going to hell. How you know? You don't know
Hmm.
who going where. You don't know what's in store. If you don't know what you don't know.
Right,
Right.
And you gotta teach. I say that to say this. You have to teach blindly. You gotta teach blindly. Like you teach like you blind to everybody. You don't teach with expectations. You teach blindly. That's kind of crazy, but you got to do that because if you teach with expectations, you're gonna get turned off by one letdown. Or that nigga
right,
tripped out, so I ain't fucking with this group because this nigga over here tripped out. You teach blindly. That's with an open heart. That's how you get
right.
past it.
Hmm.
And
Man.
I
That's
just
deep.
thought I'd say that to y'all. Yeah. If I was to teach,
Nah,
Yeah.
if I was to teach with my eyes open, I'm gonna say this. If I was teaching my eyes open, I would have been discouraged years ago. I don't teach with my eyes open. I teach
right,
blindly. I teach blindly. I just want to put that out there for
right.
y'all.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Shit, I'm glad you really tapped in and you ain't just sit on the sideline and just listen. I'm glad you really tapped in and came and talked because one, we need again the whole my whole thing is right, and I'ma always say this: what the fuck do you have a big homie for if your big homie ain't teaching you shit? If he ain't helping you get nowhere, if he ain't help putting your family in a place where as though they was better than the last time, you know what I'm saying? If your homie just want put you in the worst predicament or keep you in that same place you've been at, the fuck is he your big homie for? You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? Like Your big homie's supposed to help encourage you and help push you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. Like if like B said, if Ayo wouldn't push me to talk to B the way he did, you know what I'm saying? Well, I know I wouldn't be talking about what I'm talking about on here, and I probably still would be getting on here ranting about how motherfucking niggas is doing dumb shit and how
Yeah.
eventually we gonna have to take out our own kind before we can even get to the fucking issue at hand. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Cause those is like my main rants. I see some shit and I tell motherfuckers like, look, bro, like y'all all right, y'all keep playing, bro. I'm letting you know I ain't going down with y'all. Y'all not gonna put
Mm-hmm.
me in a position where as though, yeah, I mean, they gonna decide for me. Nah, I'm gonna decide for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah. He told me about you, bro. I remember tapping in with you, bro. You got a platform, man, and I just think, man, that again, in Benici, yourself, we always got to put everything in historical context. We can lay out what we see, the reaction, how we behaving, and don't get me wrong, a lot of us need to be chastised, and we being chastised. A lot of us need to be dealt with, but we always have to put it in a historical context. When we put in
mhm,
when we put in historical context, it makes sense. And I'm gonna say this right here, man, and this is very important, bro. A lot of people got a lot of information, but they're not informed. Not
hmm,
informed. That's a difference. A lot of people have a lot of information, but they're not informed. And what's being confused as being informed because you know a lot of shit, but your shit don't make sense. You
mhm,
you scattered. You believe this here, you believe that there, you there. You got to have a framework by which you judge information and how you get information. And once you got that, you see everything in a perspective.
right,
Ebony, he got that perspective. Now, from me knowing him, he know how to look at the world, like everything. So
mhm,
so we see anything we see, we filter it through what our views, our philosophical views. We pan African, we black, we know what it is to be black. We didn't establish that in there. So we don't look at everything fragmented. Nigga over here robbed the corner store.
right,
Niggas crazy. Sister over here prostitute. They hoes. We put everything in context. And when you
Right,
do
real
that,
talk.
oppression make it's sad to say this. When you put everything in context, oppression makes sense. Oppression makes sense. You oppress, it makes sense that you oppress or why you oppress. It's obvious. Cause we all was oppressed. We all recovering niggas. That's the platform we on, bro. So that's how we gotta look at everything. We can't forget who
Yeah,
we are or where we came from. We all niggas recovering from wherever the fuck we went. Everybody on this podcast or people listening, just, everybody got some type of trauma that's affected to being black. Ain't no black person, rich, poor in this world, ain't got some interaction with black trauma that stem from European oppression, whether in Africa, Caribbean, Barbados, Jamaica. We all have some trauma that can be directly linked to our. Come on, man. You already know.
how we behave.
Nah, no, that's facts. Because I hate I ain't gonna say I hate. I don't like when motherfuckers get on here and they get to talking about, oh, we've been oppressed African and this and that, bro. But okay, we understand that. What the fuck we gonna do with that information?
Right,
And so
right.
from that perspective too, as far as oppression and trauma, so what we looking at is the acting out of, like he said, everybody gotta have an outlet. So when we see our people doing dumb shit, you're acting out of the historical condition that we all have been born into.
Yeah,
Because again, if we look at death, those of us that's lucky, you might have some insurance money left. But how many people, our color, inherited land,
yeah,
inherited a business?
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Only
B.
thing we,
That
only thing parents leave is a car, and 9 times out of 10, that motherfucker got a note still.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
like real
Talk,
shit. The car
talk
still
about it.
got a note.
Go ahead.
Car still got a note, and you got maybe a couple of thousand left off of this elaborate ass funeral that you spent most of the policy on.
Uh-huh.
Because let's be honest, most of us ain't got $1 million policies.
Nah, 30,000, 40,000 at least.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That is a symptom of oppression. We've been so oppressed to where we don't even feel like the idea of preparing for the future, i.e., the future generation, that's not even a discussion because oppression got us centered in day-to-day needs.
Yeah.
So you can't think past today
Yeah.
when you got to put $5 in the tank to get to work and hope your ass get back to the crib
Mm-hmm. I've done it.
because
I rolled up.
because you didn't got caught in that bye week. For those that get paid every 2 weeks, that bye week a bad motherfucker.
You gotta tell me, boy. That's where you gotta set aside money for rent because you get paid. Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's oppression, and so we act out in ways such as the woman that was at the fucking expensive high class restaurant standing on the goddamn furniture of a black owned high class restaurant in
Mm-hmm.
Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and the owner caught flack. And the owner caught flack because he was like, "Hey man, y'all got to get off my shit."
That's right.
But that's an acting out. Why you ain't standing up in the white folks shit? Why you ain't standing up in Saltgrass or whatever, Rue Cliffs or whatever you call? Why you ain't standing up on they shit? Because you know they gonna call the goddamn police on your nigga ass.
Your ass might get from standing up. Your ass might be laid down because they gonna come out and drag your ass. And for long, what started from standing on the table from a tip might lead your ass being on the ground. Yeah, you're right. You know where to stand up at. Go ahead, bro.
You see what I'm saying? That's oppression. That's oppression. And that goes back to what we was talking to on the other live as far as the gene editing program, the CRISPR. See, since we know that they've been playing with the blood and that they are playing with the blood, we know that they have now the technology to edit out genes. So who's to say that the gene of racial unification hasn't been edited out the DNA of the majority of black people, in that they now had the ability to clone a black person, i.e., they clone Tyrone without that gene in them.
And
This shit
the
deep.
thing, like he said, like Malika said, damn, we ain't never been no violent motherfuckers like this at the rate that we've been violent at. So you know we could be seeing that. Like you said, bruh, the shots, how those nano particles and nano chromosomes get up in you, bro, through injection. What was the first thing they say when your kid come out? Yeah, you gotta get these, and the kid gotta get these shots. They need to get injected.
That was
The kid's body.
Beneath what you said. Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm just
the kid's body ain't strong enough at that time to go ahead and fight these nano particles and nano shits off. So yeah, they going in there altering shit as they go.
And so now go ahead.
No, actually, I'll say this. I'm just gonna say this here, and y'all know this. Y'all all grew up, and everybody know this. Why is it the population for black people been at 13% for I don't know how long? Think about that.
And I got 5 kids, my goddamn self.
Wait. If you go back in the 90s, I remember this growing up. The population for black, go online right now, 13%. Bro, nobody talk about this. This been going on for that population. And you gotta understand something. That's all statistical data to explain the immigration shit. So that's another conversation. But to keep it at 13, that's impossible. It's impossible. It can't.
And we just told. No, you're right, because we just told motherfuckers the last live that the birth certificate started in 1947 or some shit like that.
Right.
Was the first start of birth certificate. So from 1947 to fucking 2024, that is straight.
It's still 13%. Now, it's two things going on with that. It's a few factors. I'm gonna just say this real quick. First and foremost, we got black abductions. You got people who are actually, like y'all talking about, abducting black kids at a consistent rate. Real talk. The number of black girls that get abducted and missing every year is the same. The number of black boys that get abducted every year is kind of the same. Real talk. This is what's been going on with the organs and what y'all talking about the gene. It's a lot of a lot of stuff going on. So
Right.
that's been happening on a consistent level. Going forward to the 13% black people, then you look at what white people on the Trump side or the Magna people talking about no abortion. We know why, because white people are not producing kids. So they're against all types of abortion to keep the white population expanding and they mind producing. So they don't want no abortion because they don't want to affect white people. They don't give a fuck about black people because why? We at 13%. Still that 13%, real talk. They say 13%, then they'll come back around and say white people are the new minority because the immigrants coming in, they make up more as a group. They put us in a group when it's about comparing us to white folks. The blacks, Hispanics, as a group, they make up more white people. No, they more than white people. But ask yourself that. Why are we at 13%? Another question I'm putting out there too. If we talking about reparations, bro, and everybody trying to go through ancestral DNA and find out who they at, shouldn't the government give every black person in America the ability to find out who they at free of charge? So why should as a part of reparations, shouldn't the first thing they do since they took our identity is make it free for every black person to find out who they at, who they are, free of charge? Ancestral DNA free. Shouldn't that be one? I'm just saying we don't get that. I'm just putting stuff out there, man. But 13%, bro,
No.
since the 90s. I remember this. I was in jail. 13%. 13%.
Yeah, the same shit.
That's
And
not
again,
true. That's not
that's
true.
not
No,
true
you know,
because if if we tell you that y'all are the numerical minority,
Yes.
we don't know how y'all gonna act out. If we flat out tell you by the numbers
Yeah.
that y'all numbers are even or maybe have surpassed ours,
Yeah.
because what did Pharaoh say in the Bible when he saw the children of the Bible says that Pharaoh inflicted the children of Israel with harsh tasks. He was a harsh taskmaster, and
Mm-hmm.
the Bible says the heart of Pharaoh dealt with the Israelites the more they multiplied and grew. So
Mm-hmm.
what did Pharaoh say? Pharaoh said, "Come, let us deal wisely with them before they join on to an enemy of ours and overtake us."
Oh Lord, teach, boy, teach.
mm,
You see that's go ahead,
that's
go
the
ahead.
shit. That's the shit. I know. That's
Boy,
what that's what I,
So
yeah,
we under
bruh.
so we
yeah,
understand why Planned Parenthood
yeah.
is it
Mm-hmm.
started in our
Of course,
communities.
of course, of
We
course.
understand why the availability of birth control, the neural plant,
Yes, Plan
which was
B.
we used Plan B, all that shit. We understand why
Mm-hmm.
now. Because
Mm-hmm.
they've always been trying because again, you can't stop. See what white people don't understand is there is a power higher, it's bigger than Nino Brown.
Exactly.
Mm.
They don't
Real
understand that.
talk.
They don't understand that. And in that hubris, in that arrogance, you seeing okay, you don't want you gonna keep trying to mash them down. All right, well, we just gonna
Mm.
send some. We gonna send an invasion. That's the reason why that border open.
Right.
See,
Y'all
you
want
can't get so caught up. You can't get so caught up in this earthly drama where you forget about the spiritual reality that there is a good and evil, and that these
CB?
times have already been foretold of.
What
Because
you
ain't nothing
who
new
you're
under the
talking
sun.
to? Nah, but see, the thing is, the fucked up part about it was that we started putting signs first. We started
The
putting signs
European,
first.
the European did that. He forced the scientific perspective upon the world, discrediting oral tradition. He
Mm-hmm.
did that. He did that. He
Right.
the one said that oral tradition was not as reliable as a written one. He the one that said you got to write down events because history
Mm-hmm.
was passed down. History was passed down orally
Right. There
at
was
one
no
point in time
transcript. You didn't. Yeah, you
because
didn't
it's hard.
transcript nothing.
It's hard to change an oral tradition. See, you can't come in and say that the elephant was pink when the oral tradition said it was brown. You can't come in and do that. Not with an oral tradition, because with an oral tradition, you'll always have people alive that remember the original story.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start writing things down, now the story can be manipulated based on who holding the pen.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was going back in the house. Yeah, you're right, bro.
Oh,
About the
okay.
hit. You know, you know the book Ibnisi Urugu by Marima Ambi, Annie. And yeah, the written history, white people love to write because okay, I'm gonna say this about Western culture. Western culture, how they do, and this important about the written word and the oral word. This real truck. This let me turn this car back on. Hold on. I was telling him to get up and get a haircut. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Significant. It's gonna show a lot about like.
Hold on. No, hold on. You're breaking up.
Can y'all?
You're going in and
Everybody
out.
breaking up
Y'all
right
can hear
now.
me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There
look,
you go.
real brief. The difference, the importance of the oral history and the written history. Let me go back, like what bro saying about God. We know the spoken word is everything. We look at God spoke this, God spoke that. When you spoke, it meant something because it came from God. When you spoke, it meant something because it came from God. So when you
Mm-hmm.
spoke the truth out of your words. God put that down in law. God said this. God spoke everything to existence. So it was truth in speaking. With the European or Western culture, it's truth in writing because in writing there's room for interpretation. Like Ebenezer was saying, the oral tradition can always base and verify what was said because who was there. In European culture, what's written is open to interpretation. So if I tell you, hey, I said no, you can go to European. What does no mean? No means no. No means yes. Yes means no. The written word for them is put in place to emphasize because they can interpret it to fit their needs and to lie. So when
Right.
they came in, yeah, so they focus on written law, but written law is always open to interpretation because why? What did the word mean? Then they'll go back and say, well, what was the intent behind the word? You understand?
Right.
Or
Yeah.
so yeah, you understand? So these are Europeans using the written word which has no life. See, the written word don't have to be true to be interpreted as true.
Mm.
See,
Mm.
so that's Western culture. The oral tradition is true because of what was said and verified through people. Europeans don't believe in character in people because they like, well, who said it? How can we verify it was true? Well, she said it. Who is her? They don't believe in the oral tradition because it's spoken out of God. We believe that the spoken word is from God. Europeans believe the written word is from him, from
Mm.
him, left open to interpretation. That's why the Supreme Court, interpretation, affirmative law. Are black people humans? Are black people 3/5 of a man? Interpretation. What they mean by this? Did it apply to everybody? Interpretation. Did he choke George Floyd
Mm-hmm.
out? Interpretation. The law says chokehold. Interpretation. Death is death.
Ah.
Death is death. There's no interpretation
Right.
behind it.
There's no interpretation behind that. Right.
Europeans, it's a book called Urugu, and the chapter sheet label is called European Rhetoric. I'm just expanding on it a little bit. I'm kind of putting it in context. Rhetoric is full of shit. But see, black people, whether we still know this or not, we still sensitive to what's being said. We don't give a fuck about what somebody wrote.
Mm-hmm.
We respond to what somebody said to us. What they said, they
Mm.
tone, how they look when they said it. We still go off vibrations and
Right.
energy. Even the hardest nigga. Most of the fights come from how a nigga looked at him. Nigga looked at me going down.
Mm-hmm.
Energy, negative or positive. We still vibe off what we feel. Europeans vibe off what they can prove and what they know. What they
Mm.
know. That you got to separate it like that.
Right.
And that's why black people now are so sensitive when somebody say something and look a certain way, and he got an attitude, and why you looking like that? Your girl, what's wrong with you? Why you looking like that? Everybody go off you feelings. That's black folks. And now the feelings are escalating murder, and they can say car rage and feeling. Everybody feeling a certain
Mm-hmm.
way. But Ebenezer made that good point about the oral tradition. We gotta understand. My mama told me a lot of history, man, and what she told me is nothing than what it was the good history. I can always
Right.
go back and say, you a lie. Mama said this, and she knew this, and mama knew grandmama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You lying, nigga. She
And
ain't give
see,
you nothing. You stole that TV.
right.
Yeah, real talk.
Mm-hmm. Right. Look at
And
you
see,
before you even say nothing.
Yep.
and see with the advent of things being wrote down as the method by which you judge the truth or falsity of everything of existence, it's no coincidence that English, so-called English, is the only language on earth that has a rhetorical component known as doublespeak.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
just said it right
doublespeak
there.
is used to deceive.
That's right.
Doublespeak is you saying one thing but you mean something else.
Mm-hmm.
And through doublespeak and the spelling, again, casting spells with a language that's originally created to deceive, we understand why the oral tradition got thrown away with. Because
Mm-hmm.
he wrote himself
Bastardized
into
language.
history. He wrote himself
Yeah.
into history. He wrote himself into kingdoms and areas of the world where geographically he never set foot historically.
Exactly. Exactly.
He was able to do
Uh,
that, i.e., time travel with a pen.
Hmm.
so I like that. You need to write that down. I'm telling you, boy, some stuff you got to write down. While you talking, you know what I'm saying? I kind of memorize it,
Mm-hmm.
because those are all cliches that can be used to introduce concepts and ideas to people who don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real. And that's how and that's how like Kendrick Lamar said, we gotta write our own hieroglyphs. We gotta write
Right.
our own shit out because if we don't, motherfucking shit, somebody else gonna write it for us.
Right. Right.
And that's the whole
Well,
point I was getting at. Like we never delegated nobody to do this, bro. We ain't ne- we never delegated nobody to actually be able to be solid and speak for us. We just let motherfuckers like fresh and fit, weird ass niggas that ain't even fucking from the culture speak for us.
well, well. You say that generally, but usually when we say speak for us, they speaking to a certain element. They not speaking for,
Mm-hmm.
because half the times what they saying is meant for a certain group. Like for us, we ain't trying to hear it. Some people listen, some people don't. For example, during a Republican National Convention, they put Amber Rose on stage. I
Right.
watched it
Thank
on
you,
purpose,
bro.
but I watched it on purpose to see how white people think. In their mind, from their perception, again, perception, Amber
Uh-huh.
Rose, a celebrity, she's a whore. Black people like her. They put us in one group. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Say you ride in a car, right? We in a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a black man from America. I got a guy on the right side, a black man from Britain, a guy in the back, a black man from Sudan, a guy in the back from Kenya. When the police pull us over, who are you gonna see?
The same person.
All
Four
black
niggas in the
people,
car.
all black
Four
people,
niggas in the
Right.
car.
right?
Yes,
Regardless
the
of the
same
guy to the right
person.
from me from Kenya, the one in the back from Sudan,
Mm-hmm.
the other in the back, I'm from South Africa. When he pulled the motherfucker over, his perception, I see all black men, regardless of your national connection. I said it to say this. With the Amber Rose situation with the Republican Party putting her up there, that was an insult, assuming that black people somehow as a group gonna identify with her. She ain't shit. And she was like, I feel right at home. Yeah, because you've been rejected by the black community, but feel comfortable with white people accepting you. The issue is perception. So with that being said, they confuse that. And the thing about the oral tradition and the written word, what got all that fucked up was the power of the myth. I ain't gonna talk about mythology, but that's the myth. Mythology came in in Benicia, as you know, and brother know, I'm gonna say this. Mythology came in to bridge the gap between the oral, what we can't explain orally, this confusion, to the written tradition. Let's put a little myth in there, in the middle. Put a little myth. See, really, that didn't really happen. It was just figure that came down. Mythology
Hmm.
coincides
Hmm.
Hmm.
or reconciles. Real talk. Mythology reconciles the written word from the spoken word, because what white people do, they add mythology, and what people do from the outside looking in, they confuse mythology with history. They confuse mythology with
Hmm.
actual history. We have yet as a people been able to separate mythology from history, world history, actual
Right.
events that
Got
occurred,
you.
as opposed to a myth that was created to explain a spiritual concept. Mythology now is
Right.
confused. It's confusing. White people love that mythology. They don't believe in
Right.
Zeus. They don't
And
believe in none of that shit. The mythology was meant to justify war, murder. They
right.
use mythology to
Right.
justify. Come on, man. Let me stop it.
No, no,
We
no.
doing.
Go ahead, bro. No, no. You
Nah, we.
you
Nah,
speaking on some you
nah, we.
speaking on some shit.
But it 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 filters down to now. That's why it's so significant to speak on it, because
Hmm.
that's what's going on now with social media. That's what's going
The
on now with
only
perception.
only reason why I told you I told you keep speaking on it because we got a young brother that be rocking with us named Theo, right?
Yeah.
You'll get a chance to meet Theo. I mean, he asked me before, like, bruh, what how the religion did even come into play, bro?
Oh
Like,
man,
and
good question. Wow.
bro, and I was like, bro, it was forced on us, and he didn't really understand what I was saying, but when I started reading like certain things, he started understanding like how the people came over here and forced a certain type of religion and made people believe like this is the type of religion you gotta run with and shit. And it just goes with what you said about the mythology and
Hmm.
how they use these certain cartoon figures and shit anime characters, you know what I mean, to describe what they was doing and how certain things played out and was
Yes,
gonna play out.
yes, yes. And you know something that's beautiful, that's kind of frightening. When I say a lot of people got a lot of information, not informed. Look at the cartoons; they tell you everything and all that, bro. Mythology, the origin stories, everything, bro. Everything that we see online, not online, but with the cartoons, like to say the movies
Yeah.
that bro pointed out. All of this is meant, because I'm gonna say this to you. I ain't gonna call them gatekeepers. It's certain people that got a certain level of knowledge. I want y'all to hear this very closely when I say this. They got a certain level of knowledge, but by condition of having that knowledge, they have to share it. I'm gonna say it
Hmm.
again. They got the knowledge, and under this category of having it with this certain group that they associate with, they have to say we shared that knowledge with the masses. We shared it. We put it out there, but they ain't gonna put it out there openly. They're gonna put it out there subconsciously, subtly, through the music, through the
Hmm.
cartoons, because by when you get into a certain level of understanding, you have to say you shared it to be able to justify you understood it. Am I making sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know
So
exactly what you're talking about.
okay, so what that means is that them outlets, the media outlets, the Robert Murdochs, the Simpsons, the cartoons, the gay shit, all that they put the mythology, the anime, what you was talking about, they put it out there. What's happening now with young people, particularly black people, they know our vibrations, how we move off energy. That bro that asked that question, he feels some by the images that he see in the symbolisms he's exposed to on a daily basis. Those
Hmm.
symbolisms, that image is speaking to, like, why is this and why is that? You understand? It can go one or two ways. He can get more confused or understand why he confused. Am I making sense when I say you can get more confused
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
understanding why you confused? You got to understand why.
Exactly.
That's the only way you can
Now,
come out of your condition. You can't come out of nothing you in as far as your thinking, bro. I know this from just us coming out of the shit we came out of. You can't come, and we fighting it now because we came out of it. Like we see shit now, like that ain't shit. That don't affect us because we got blessed to. We got these guards in place. But once you understand your confusion, you can't come out of it until you realize you're really confused. It can either help you, or hurt you. So if him asking that question, like a lot of young black people, they're sensitive right now and they spiritual understanding at 12, 13, 14. If we was 15, 16, and 17 again, we can look back and see how sensitive we was to how we came up, how everything mama did bothered us, what we saw, little shit, dude come to the house, mama, everything we saw, grandmama at the family reunion, they arguing. We was at an era or a time when we was open spiritually and emotionally to what we saw around us. That was before social media. Now with social media, kids are being open to shit they shouldn't even be open to. So they getting exposed at a young age to shit and concepts they shouldn't even be seeing. We didn't see. We talk about messing with a girl. Man, I went to her house. We messed around. That was just some one-on-one. You talk about that in the neighborhood. Now you ain't got to mess around with nobody to go online and see who messing around. You can go online now and see who messing around, how they mess around, how a man deal with a woman, how a woman deal with a man, how a husband deal with a wife, how a wife deal with a husband, how niggas cheat. How you ain't gotta find out through experiences no more. You ain't gotta experience it to find out about it.
That's every TV show. That's every TV show.
But what I'm saying, I'm going back to black people because we so sensitive to what we learned early. The perception of these concepts fucking us up at 16. We should have learned them when we was 20-something through oral. Again, back to oral, through oral tradition. Mama used to tell you the type of woman you should look for. The dudes and your uncles and people you was in your house to tell you, hey, don't mess with her. You go online now and find out who to mess with and who not to mess with. You understand? The oral tradition was cut off. Oral ain't about passing on history. It ain't about passing on history of a people. It's about passing on information, how you deal with life. You understand? How you deal with finances, how you deal with your being a man, how you deal with being a woman. Oral tradition was passed on through conversation among older people to young people. Young people ain't got to get that no more. They can go online and find out how to be a nigga, a wife, a husband, anything you want to be. You can get that at 16 and 15 online. Do you understand where we at right now in terms of the youth, bro? That's why we gotta focus on these young people, because they're at a point of stage in their life where their development gonna determine where they be at when they 25. That's why King Von, millionaire, still thinking like he's 16 because he's going off prior perceptions of what a man is and what a dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
This is how we gotta teach young people, bro. That what they thinking ain't nothing they just dropped into. And you gotta be able to explain it to where it makes sense.
Right.
You understand? So
yeah,
we shouldn't be surprised. Let me just say that to say this. We shouldn't be surprised at the reaction we get from young people at 13. They don't respect old people no more. Man, that's old shit. It's a why. It's a reason for that.
It's a reason why, yeah.
Because they grew up one day, woke up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck old people.
Shit, nah. I remember, bruh, that Pete game. I love telling this story because I didn't grasp the concept until actually he came and he told me thank you for what I did, you know. But so my little cousin Jarrell and shit. I remember it was a point in time where he didn't want to go to school and he would try to use like his asthma and him being sick to not go to school and shit. So me and his older brothers, we was them kids like, motherfucker, we not going to school if we don't want to. Like, motherfucker, we wake up late. That we ain't going to school. But motherfucker, we get to school and the vibe fell off, we leaving school, going home. You know what I'm saying? So we was those type of kids we'll say we'll go to school, but we ain't going to school. So you not ready to follow the same steps I follow. And for the older brother not to say nothing, I took it upon myself to start saying something. So as I go there, you know what I'm saying? I see him down there, and I would take the controller from him. You know, I would make him go upstairs. You know, sometimes I would rough him up, like wrestle him and shit like that. And eventually, I say like a week or a week and a half of me coming over there doing that shit, he was going back to school. So I did at the time, like I knew like eventually you're gonna go back to school because you don't want to keep dealing with me coming over here. But I didn't grasp the concept that I was actually forming him into be the man that he's ready to be. You know what I'm saying? So when I started working with him, and I started like taking him on missions with me as we go clean yards and cut grass and shit like that. One day he pulled me up and was like, "Bro, I just want to say thank you." And I'm like, "For what, bro? What you saying thank you for?" He like, "Because, bro, like if you ain't rough me up and make me go back to school, bro, like I probably wouldn't have graduated." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Oh, so you grasp the concept now, huh? You understand that I wasn't just bullying you, bro. I was trying to prove a point to make your ass go back to school, huh?" He like, "Yeah." And I love telling that story because it make it when I remember when I was a kid, and I told B this. I remember when I was a kid, I used to ask for a little brother. So I just thought about if I was an older brother, what would I do? Nigga, you take your ass to school. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to school, then you don't need to be. You sick? You don't need to be downstairs. Fuck is you downstairs playing the game early in the morning for? No, you sick. Get your ass back upstairs. Go get underneath the covers. Drink some hot tea or something. So yeah, I just was like, fuck it. I'm gonna take it upon myself, and I'm glad I did because, you know, yeah, it worked out. And he independent. He's self reliant. You know what I'm saying? And he called me. He still called me for advice and all that shit. So I'm like, damn, bro. I'm glad I was able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wish somebody would have did that shit to me. Like my brother whooped my ass for a lot of reasons, but it wasn't to take my ass to school.
right. Yeah, that's the importance of having that example, and you orally telling him get your ass off this game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
Malika was saying, that's what's missing because what you got through growing up, there's no growing up anymore. That's why kids are so mature and immature at the same time because that process is not taking place naturally. See, we grew up, they not growing up. That process has been interrupted through social media, through an 11-year-old having a Facebook page instead of learning how to really make friends and judge character as to who a friend is. Because, like Malika was saying, they go to the internet, they go to social media, they get all that shit, they get all the advice. You're getting advice from blind people. You're getting advice from people who haven't even grown up just like you. So that's
Yeah.
why it's confusion on top of confusion. And so we see the results that the fruit, we see the fruit that's being produced
Yeah.
from the process of growing up being interrupted by social media. Because with growing up come a certain maturity. You gain a
Right.
certain
Yeah.
wisdom about life if you actually make mistakes in life. See,
Hmm.
what's happening is they getting advice and these mistakes that they making costing them their life.
Yeah.
They only getting one mistake. Mm.
But whereas we got a number of mistakes because again through the process of growing up you just know certain shit you ain't supposed to do,
Facts.
like put gorilla glue in your hair. You just growing up, you just know, you just know that you're not supposed to do that shit. You know that
Facts.
don't make sense,
Yeah.
but through the
Facts.
process of growing up, but when that process has been interrupted, you'll make that mistake, and now you go back to the same social media that egged your dumb ass on to do it in the first place.
Yeah. Are you there, man? Beneath y'all there? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
hear you.
Yeah, I've been in and out. I was listening to bro about how he was looking out for the bro with the controller. I had got some gas. I man, I think we should do a show, man, on just the influence, just the youth, bro. Cause think about it, this man. Like you was saying, Benicia, like they'll make mistakes, and rather than going on, and they'll go online, and this is the confusion. You'll make a mistake as a person, but go online, and depending on how you deal with your mistake, you can go online and get 3 different versions of why you made the mistake and why it really wasn't your fault. You know what I'm saying? You would go to one thing and it'd be like, oh, you good. I met a nigga like that, or I knew a girl like that. Niggas all like this. You'll go to something else. Man, that was messed up. You should have did this. Again, you got different opinions coming from people you don't know. People just putting stuff out there. So even when you make a mistake, if you go on social media to vent or to go on social media to acknowledge, it can be treated in different ways. Some people, you dumb motherfucker, you shouldn't. So as a child, you're not emotionally equipped to seek advice from a platform where got multiple people giving you multiple opinions. You can't handle that as a child. And you got some adults right now, they can't handle different opinions from the shit they done in person or online. They be online hours talking to a stranger about what they did do or didn't do, trying to defend or whatever. So if it's affecting older people, you can imagine what it's doing to young people. So back in the day, back to the oral, you fucked up, mama gonna tell you. She gonna treat you different, act different. Grandmama, somebody gonna put in your face what you did and where you was wrong. You didn't have
Right.
too many. You didn't have too many outlets to get different opinions. If you did have an outlet with that auntie or that outlet with that uncle, they either gonna reinforce, you wrong, your mama was right. Listen to a woo woo. You might got an uncle that's on drugs, but you already know this nigga on drugs. My mama
So
don't mess with
now
him.
really
I
gotta
ain't gonna
listen to him.
I ain't gonna listen to him. You know what I'm saying? You even know,
Mm-hmm.
again, your opinions are coming from people that are tangible in your face right then and there. You go online as a teenager seeking opinions. I see it all the time. I got this going on. Tell me how I should act. You can get a lot of shit. Some people commit suicide, bro. Some teenagers get the wrong information from the wrong decisions, and somebody can harp on that. And some females and some black youth kill themselves. You 13, man, being exposed to concepts and criticisms you can't handle as a 13-year-old. If a motherfucker 25 and can barely handle shit and riding around and slashing cars and you put that online, bitch, I'm coming to see you. These are adults and they acting out. You 16, 15, can you imagine? Some people just give up and kill themselves. Perception. They fucking with our kids' perception. They creating young niggas young to make them big niggas later. Like you said about the OG. Now the OG is the big nigga, and the little nigga he passed the weed to. Go to the store, buy him this, buy him that, buy the weed from him, then tell him when he walk away, stay in school, nigga. That type of shit. Those are the OGs. No, those are the OGs you got right now. Big niggas trying to be little niggas to little niggas. Instead of being a man and treating this dude as a boy, you think because y'all got the same social interests, y'all listen to the same shit, y'all fuck with the same social issues, social media, that y'all somehow compatible. We good now. He like what I like. So that's a young nigga on his shit. Stay in school. Let me get that dime from me, get his weed. Yeah, that's the OGs now. They only teaching little niggas how to be big niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like real talk.
No, that's facts.
Real talk.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
a black disciple, man. I used to, boy. What I mean by that, I said to say this. We didn't. If anybody came through and showed us information back then when I was on that, it had to be proper. We had documentation. A lot of these dudes come from different cities, Chicago, Los Angeles. They chasing or running from their own character from these cities. You can come to a city like Dallas or come to Houston from Chicago. Nobody know who you are. Nobody know what you about. But you can come down here and sell the story and get people to follow you, young people. But when they track your track record and resume, nigga, you got ran out of that town. This what some of these big niggas do. They leave one area where they couldn't hang around the same circle of big niggas, because now you see the type of nigga you is. You go down here and try to influence young niggas who are more impressionable. Because you get around real men, you can't do the same shit you can do with young men. Same way when women get with real men, they can't do the same shit they do with young men. That's why they get with young men. I'm gonna say it again. Older women get with young men that run the same game. They can't run on an older man because an older man peep that shit. You out of pocket. With a young man, it's all good. He ain't gonna question that. His perception ain't sharp. He don't have the experiences to gauge what type of woman he fucking with. You understand? So it's the same concept. People abuse the younger mentality because they more impressionable. So I say that to say this. This is what's going on, man, with the relationships with females, with young men messing with older women. Why would an older woman want to? Because she can run game on him that she can't run on the older dude. He peeped that. Yeah, that bullshit you talking about. I had a
Right.
wife. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
21. You 46. Yeah, he good in bed, but you can influence him. Now you want to mold him, make him your project, teach him how to fuck. I'm being blunt. Teach him how to do this. But he young, so you the first woman he ever had. So you gonna do what you can with him. This the sickness, man. Even with these females, it's nobody want to be in their same. How can I say this? Everybody avoiding being around their peers, people of like
Mm,
mind, people of like age. Motherfucker avoiding peer group. That's peer pressure. Because of you and your peer group, you up under pressure to act like your peers. You understand?
Yeah.
It's expectations that come with that. But if you outside your peer group, where's the expectation? You're the peer. You define behavior. You define how you do this and how you do that. Because you're the peer that's influencing the younger group.
Right.
This is what's happening with females going over here and dudes going over there and niggas coming through and fucking up everybody. This is what I
mm.
teach these. This is what's going on, bro. Like,
Nah, you right.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
to put it. Yeah. I just want to put it in perspective, man. That's all. Like, what's happening? It's crazy out here, man. You know, when we was growing up, a young girl come walk past us, 13, be like, man, she holding, man. She get older. You around us, and we're a group of men. And she walk through. I don't care whose sister she is. What you say, nigga? Sick ass nigga, slap your face. Nigga be on your ass right then and there. You didn't comment on young girls when they walk through. Give a fuck how she developed. If you had it in your mind as a potential R. Kelly, you kept that shit to yourself.
You
So
damn so did.
yeah, you
So did.
motherfucking did. You motherfucking right. But you didn't say that shit around. Not in my group of dudes. I'm 16, 17. Dudes coming through 10. That's so and so. Man, she holding, boy. She get older. Now, oh Lord, it's 50 R. Kellys for every black community. Because them niggas in the peer, real talk, R. Kelly,
Bro,
it's 50.
no.
And
Hey,
every,
you know what's? Hey,
go
you
ahead.
know,
Lord
you know what's the thing too though, and I'm my kids are guilty of this too, and
Okay.
I be telling my wife about it. It's like we gotta stop putting these kids in these type of clothes. Like, yo,
Yeah.
when have leggings been this such thing that you gotta have it on every day, bro? You got fucking 100,000 pairs of leggings and you don't have no normal clothes. Like it took a long time for my daughter to start wearing skirts. I'm glad.
That's
But now
good.
she's getting older. She's starting to come into her feminine side. She wants to
Okay.
wear skirts and shit. So this is my oldest child. My middle aged child, she's a straight diva. She's a diva, bro. Since she came out, she been that way. Like
Okay.
just princess, prissy, you
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Bathe
Yeah,
in milk, take milk bath, yeah, all that.
bruh. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be her, bruh. Like, so like, and she, bruh, she was at fucking 4. I want to say she's 9 now. I'm gonna say 4 or 5. I'm gonna say 5. At 5, she's talking about so she gotta watch her figure. So this
Wow.
yeah, like that's
Dang.
what she was saying at
Yeah,
5,
she come
bro.
from another life, another life. That's another
that's
spirit in her.
that's a different spirit exactly, bro. So I gotta embrace her prettiness, but I also gotta tell her, like hey bro, you can't wear shit like that, bro.
That's right.
Like your sister can make it wear because she ain't got no figure, bro. But you, bro, no, you can't wear that, bro. And she look at her sister, her older sister, and I'm like, Essence, bro, like you see, you gotta set the example, bro. Like you
That's
gotta set
right.
the example no matter what. The reason why I be so hard on you and I always riff at you is because you set the example for her, and then she's somewhat setting the example for EJ. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's
Which
right.
is my son. You know, like, and I'm even on his ass on certain things. Like, you know what I'm saying? My wife be mad at me sometimes, be like, bro, he just want to chill with his sister. And I'm like, all right, I get it, but she in there talking to her friends on the phone and he want to be in there. You know, like, nah, bro, go do something else.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's
Because
right.
because of the easy influence to be fucking gay for no reason. It's like y'all forcing it upon these kids, and before, bro, I ain't even gonna cap. I really got a problem with the school having gay teachers. I don't give a fuck. The school should not have gay teachers, bro.
I feel the same way.
If
Perception.
if you a gay professor, then that's your prerogative, because these motherfucking kids is coming in 19, 20, 21, 25, 35, shit like that. So they got their own choices and life decisions that they gotta make. But fucking, we talking about from 17 to fucking kindergarten. Should no fucking gay man be teaching no kindergarten, bro.
Well, I agree. Let me tell you something that's fucked up, and that's why I tell you when we talk about what we were saying earlier. This is a conflict between whites. It's a certain group whites conflict, and I'm gonna use the sexuality thing. You have a certain group of whites they call liberals. I mean, they have a certain group they call conservative. When you say liberal, the root word of liberal is liberty. So that means the ability to be free. Now, how white people, European culture that is, define freedom, they define freedom as individuality. The cornerstone of freedom in European culture is the right of the individual to be and do what he or she wants to do. The individual is supreme over everything. So you have a certain group of white people that say, look, man, how free is free? If this individual want to be sexual at 13 and 14 and you can't even buy beer, how can you tell it? How can think about it? If you're not even legal enough to buy beer, how you can make a legal decision about your sexuality and you can't even legally buy beer or even drive?
Right.
So there's a certain group of white people on the liberal side, the Democrats somewhat, that feel like a person's sexuality can be defined at the age of 6 and 7. And they put this in the schools. The other side of white people with the so-called Magnum, which is one part of their program, they're against that. They don't think a person should be able to define their sexuality at 10 and they can't legally buy beer. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense. I'm against that too. So you have that fringe of confusion. If you notice with the sexuality thing, I don't really give a fuck about white people and their sexuality because they've been gay since Rome and since Greece. White people have always engaged in homosexuality. If you want to do some real studying, bro, which I'm pretty sure you have, study European culture in Greece. They used to sleep with each other. Men used to sleep with each other before they even went to go fight. That was a prerogative. And so you already know they dictate. And these are the same people from Europe that came over here. Even though they weren't Greece at that time, they brought the Greece gene with them to America. You know what I'm saying?
All y'all motherfucking Valentine's Day lovers.
Right.
Go do the research on Valentine's Day.
So what we looking at, with me, us being black, our concern is this. Our tradition is that we can't afford anything that confuses the black family that's already fucked up. We have too many problems trying to define what a black marriage is and what a black relationship is, as opposed to integrating some gay shit that's confusing everybody. We can't afford not to have strong black men and strong black women that are black men and black women by nature in the house. Fuck what white people do. They're going to continue to do that. They've been arguing about that shit since they've been around. We don't have that history because we've been here longer. We know what a man is and what a woman is. They are just discovering that as a group. We got to put that in a timeline, bro. White people have been here a brief time on the planet. They're discovering sexuality for the first time. I'm going to give you a good example. In the 60s and the 70s, it's all about free love. It's all about sexuality. Just be free. These same teenagers I was telling you at 16, 17, now they 25, and 26, running Hewlett Packard. They got careers. They done all that shit when they was young. Experimentation sexually. Ain't nobody in Africa at 15 traveling around Africa fucking everybody from Kenya to South Africa back to Nigeria. I'm 15 right now. I'm finna go explore my sexuality. No females. No, listen, this coach, I'm telling you, coach. No female and no male was getting up at 13. What's finna go? I'm finna leave. Finna go to South Africa, fuck around. I'll be back in 6 years. I want to explore myself, find out who I am. This is a white phenomenon. You got to put it in what they do. They try to pass that off. This is everybody's right. See, that's how they get you. Everybody got a right at a certain age. This not everybody. It's just them. It's just them. But they selling it to us like it's this what everybody's doing. They discovering themselves. No, That's you discovering yourself as a group and trying to sell that to the whole group. And who you trying to sell it to most? Black people. If you can confuse the gay element in the black community, you got the black community. We can afford that. I don't give
Oh
not
shit.
listening.
Hold
Nah,
on.
he heard. He's just going in
So
and out.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he talking too heavy. He talking too heavy, so
That's
they interfering.
yeah,
No,
He's
that's real though.
probably because
yeah.
bro's got a my bro's got a federal case. You know, they probably doing that. I know. Look, this is how we got to distinguish between our rights and their rights. It's never the same. You can never put everybody in the melt. It's never a melting pot. Because when it melts, we're gonna lose. We're gonna be dissolved. Anything that melts, we're gonna be dissolved. We're gonna lose. If they tell you we all together, more than likely you ain't gonna boil to the top. Your ass gonna be dissolved. Meaning that you're gonna lose your identity. You're gonna lose your identity. You're gonna lose your sense of manhood. You're gonna lose your sense of womanhood. You're gonna lose your sense of community. You're gonna lose your sense of finance. When we melt, we dissolve. I don't want to melt. I want to separate. I want to be the ingredient on the counter. I want to be the ingredient on the counter that didn't get put in. And if I do put it in, I put it in a little bit while I'm eating it. Okay, I want to put that in. Let me put it in. All right, a little bit. And I fuck with it later. I can learn something from you financially. I can learn something from white people financially, but I don't want to learn everything from you and have you in my financial business to where you run my organizations. See, that's the problem. I learned so much from you. Now you run the organization.
See what I'm saying? Like that's the part I'm talking about with it's cool. It's cool T.I. put up, free housing for the homies and shit like that. Yeah, that's cool. But nigga, that ain't your land you putting it on. So fuck what you did, bro. Because at the end of the day, we all know everybody that go in them houses either is gonna be on government plans or some type of government assistance is going.
I'm glad you pointed that out. That's community. A good point. If I do more research, it's probably what you're saying is probably true. You're right. He was able to subsidize it. I applaud the effort, nonetheless. The perception that he did something.
Mm-hmm.
It
looked good. It looked good.
It's definitely a good look. Definitely a good look.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. You made a point. You said that. I said, you sure right. He did subsidize something. He didn't just go in cash strapped and use all his finances and fund it from ground up. If that was the case, he would have bought the land. I don't think he owned
which is what Young Thug did. And right after he bought that land, now all of a sudden he got a case.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, let's not forget Boosie. Let's not forget Boosie.
Oh,
they still on Boosie. They still on Boosie ass.
They kept pulling his ass over.
Yeah, they. Oh yeah, you want to buy land? All right, cool. We gonna pull you over every 5 minutes and get that money. You ain't gonna buy no more after this. Man, be happy with what you got.
Yeah. You're right, man. So man, I enjoy talking to y'all brothers, man. I just think that man, it gets deep, bro. But I love talking to y'all, man. So we gotta do more of this. And we gotta be practical how we approach it. And Benici, bro, I've always given you your utmost props, your practicality. But understand, man, we're influencing a lot of people, man. You need to get your passport. I'm finna get my passport now. We need to start to travel. We need to see more shit. We need to get out, take some of these ideas with us. But you definitely need to go and apply for your passport, bro, because it's land in Africa. That dude Kilo said he got an Airbnb in Nigeria. He trying to develop. Want me to invest in it, and he might just say, man, just put whatever you got, Malik. I got you. He trying to do that in Nigeria and South Africa, and he said 100 trucks. So the point is, man, we have resources at our disposal. We can go places when shit here get bad. We can travel, and at least we'll be somewhere. Shit, I'd rather be there, you know what I'm saying, instead of here and can't leave when it's time to leave. So
real talk.
Yeah, man, work on that passport. That shit ain't hard. Take a while. Take about 6 months. They're gonna run your shit through the Homeland Security shit. Solomon stopped because he had that case. But the point is, man, y'all need to. We all need to be.
All definitely need to get a passport. If you ain't got a passport, you definitely need to get a passport.
Now, before they stop you from getting it.
Before they stop you from getting it, yeah.
They're gonna be a point where nobody gonna be able to leave this bitch.
I've been said that.
Yeah, I something just came over me now. It's gonna be a point that ain't nobody leaving unless it's security related, or it's gonna be some shit
Right.
where it has kind of like a central worker doing COVID. Your ass can't leave unless you got a card to leave. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna limit these borders, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta think about it. When shit get bad here, they want to purge why it's going bad.
Right. Get as many,
why,
yeah,
why let you
bro.
leave? Why let you leave when we can get you while you're here?
That's why. That's why I said, bro. That's why I said, bro. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna come a
Yeah.
time. You're gonna have to take your own kind out first before you can even get to the fucking people who's oppressing you, then the people who's against you, then the people who's just don't want you to, come up. Like, yeah, it's going.
Oppression is a mind state, man. We deal with our own kind every day. I see niggas out here every day looking,
Oh,
and I don't look at it's a color white, but when you can make a nigga and he's against you, that nigga is spinnable now. I take out my own kind every day. Like I look because I know who ain't my kind.
real
When
talk.
you have a betrayal. That's something in history that John Henry Clark used to talk about. We haven't dealt with betrayal the way we should. We haven't dealt with those who have betrayed us the way we should. We haven't dealt with betrayals. And black people have a tendency, because we black, we dismiss the nature of the betrayal and try to explain it off instead of dealing with it as a betrayal. Betrayal is betrayal. I don't give a fuck what color it is. Family to groups dynamics. If
Mm-hmm.
we all got family members, it's kind of crazy. We got family members we don't fuck with that betrayed us, and we be absolute. I ain't fucking with that nigga. She tripping. She coming over here. I don't fuck with her. But then when it comes to us in a group, and we talking about power, man, bro was going through something. Ain't it what you think? Niggas always.
Word.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
We quick to punish our immediate family when it comes to betrayal. Don't fuck with people for a long time. But then when it comes to the group dynamic, you try to dismiss it. See, you don't know. What if somebody can't? We always explain away bullshit. You know what
Real
I'm saying?
talk.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
I get you on that. I get you on that because that was one of my main
Oh,
arguments about Martin Luther King, bro. I'm like, see, that's what fucked us, bro. If Martin Luther King didn't tell us to be peaceful, if he'd have told us, be like, fuck that, bro, we ready to go fuck some shit up, bro, I'm pretty sure we'd have gained a lot of respect by then. Because the only way you can, if a motherfucker slap you in your face, you turning your back and walking away, he's not gonna have no respect for that. So you might have to just slap the shit out this motherfucker, and let him know, nigga, stop playing.
you know who Starkey Carmichael is?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you who Starkey Carmichael is. Starkey Carmichael was the coordinator or the head of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which was a young organization that helped Dr. King. Starkey Carmichael was one of the ones, like you're saying, that was saying we should stop letting these white people beat on us and we should change our perception. Starkey Carmichael was the one that became Kwame Ture, that had founded the Black Panther Party with the black image in Lowndes County, Alabama, with the Black Panther in
Mm.
1966. I'm just telling you, 1966. That inspiration led to Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale forming the Black Panther Party, giving you some context again historically. When we speak about something, we can't speak about it in a linear fashion. We can't speak about it in terms of personality. King would have did this, it would have been like that. It was people during that time that was thinking the way you thinking. Your thinking and thoughts ain't new. That's what we got to stop
Right.
believing. Like what we thinking now, like it would have been me. I would have. It was people then that thought the same way. It's a movie on Tubi. Once you look at it, Forrest Whitaker play in. They call it Deacons of Self-Defense. Look at it. Google in your phone. Tubi movie. Deacons of Self-Defense. Forrest Whitaker playing a role. It's a garbage. The strike in Memphis before Dr. King came. They was trying to kill him. They had got arms. They was fighting, killing white folks. He worked at a plant. It's called the Deacons of Self-Defense.
Yeah, I
Stokey
got it.
Clark. Okay, check that out. Stokey Carmichael later became Kwame Ture, Pan-African. Stokey Carmichael was like, man, we gonna fight these. We're not gonna let the white. So bam. Also, if you don't know, Dr. King met with Elijah Muhammad at least 6 times, from what I know, my history. 6 times. Elijah Muhammad met in private. The FBI got tapes. I know Ebenezer listening, he know this. The FBI got tapes of them meeting in 1966, I believe. Yeah, outside the house, recording what him and Elijah Muhammad talked about. Dr. King was getting more aligned So you gotta understand something. He was dealing with social integration, the segregation of restrooms. Then Dr. King was
Mhm.
talking about economic segregation, which he was talking about every person in America should be guaranteed a fair wage and a check from the government. That was 1968 during the Poor People's March. It was distracted to kill him in Memphis before he did that. Ralph Abernathy, his assistant, went and did the same march, but of course it didn't have the same appeal. What I'm saying, when you talking like that, bro, you got to be careful. You got a platform. Never dismiss a leader until you put it in context. You say, yeah,
Right.
see, you can't be absolute. White people did on. It's two things that we can't do as black people that's against our nature. First is this: we don't speak in absolutes. White people speak in absolutes. What that means is that it's either this or that. We don't think that. With us, it's either and or both. With white people, it's either or. With black people, it's and or both. That's a cultural phenomenon. Second, we very got to be very careful how we define personality and principle. Personality, principle, and strategy. That's different. So, but don't speak in absolutes when we deal with black leaders. We do that a lot. But what's crazy, we don't speak in absolutes when it comes to Jesus or Muhammad. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different context when we talk about religion.
Right.
Almost as if because we talk about religion, it's a different perception. But it's not. King was king at a point. King was changing. Yeah, he did what he did, but no leader is meant to save us. They're only meant to help us. No
Right.
leader was sent to, it's no black messiah. It's a lot of messiahs around here. I'm a messiah. I have two sons. I'm the savior. I told my son, if you don't recognize none, recognize strength. You have your daughters. You're a messiah. Your Masonic leadership starts where you live, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can never go to these schools or these juveniles if me and my son was in conflict with each other. He got a son, but he can't raise his son, but he in the juveniles. No, my personal life in order with my son, which gives me the motivation to go in here with integrity and speak with conviction. You your Messiah, bro. And when you take that concept to the streets, you come with a different perception. Most people, personal life fucked up. They can't do nothing publicly because what they got is fucked up privately. But the Satan allowed them to have public public success. But in private, they
Hmm.
peel back the blankets and see what's going on. I've
Hmm.
checked up, bro. Real talk. I'm a checker. It's people I've been around me was trying to. I ain't gonna say you. I, I move around based on my purpose.
Right.
Nothing out here in Benicia, we said this before. Nothing out here, as far as a light bill, rent, nothing can compare to what I went through in there. Other words, it's not a challenge out here. You adjust because I'm out here. I'm free.
Right.
Nothing out here ever bring me down to where that brought me down in terms of just being in there. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing out here
Right.
can move me. And bro told me
No.
stories in Benicia about how he woo woo, and I done some similar shit. But we know we free to be out here to get it done. Nothing out here can move me, bro. No female. If my purpose is to fuck you, they may try to. Okay, I'm gone. I'm all right because my purpose is bigger than you. This is a
Right.
legacy. We gotta leave a legacy, bro. But we got to be
Hmm.
careful how we speak on certain leaders because our people are very narrow in their ideal of what King and Malcolm was. It's Christian Muslim and non-violence, violence. We never
Man,
put
you
it in.
you saying something right there, and I ain't
Yeah.
even never think of that, bro. I never even thought because I've been guilty of bashing, but and forgetting that the average young person today, you ain't read a book
Yeah,
about either one of them. You ain't read a book about
Hmm.
either one of them. You ain't read the autobiography. You ain't read nothing about you know what I'm saying? Whereas we had a chance, Malika, to read the
right,
books and get to know these men outside of what the I have a dream and the by any means necessary.
right,
Right.
right, right,
Yeah. I didn't. I didn't. Yeah.
right. That's
You see what I'm
important.
saying? So yeah. So that's a good point, bro. Because like I say, I've been guilty of that
Yeah.
because and because I forgot that shit. I had time to read. I had time to find out that King actually met Malcolm in a restaurant and that they talked on more
None of
than one occasion.
exactly, exactly,
And
exactly,
but
exactly.
but you won't know that if you haven't read the books that were written by the people who were there and experienced it. So they
Right.
give us this character of King as if he got stuck, but very few people have heard his final address
Yeah.
before he went to church when he spoke about
Why folks support Vietnam?
socioeconomics. What exactly when he spoke about why should the Negroes support the Vietnam War? See, if you listen to that speech, then
Yeah.
you'll understand why Memphis
He was
happened.
killed. Exactly. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Thank you,
So
brother. Yeah. So
that's good.
yeah.
I appreciate that, bro. Because like I said, I definitely have been guilty. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
even though I know that, yeah, a bunch of these so-called leaders that they gave us was part of the
Mm-hmm.
Boule, and we know what the Boule is. That
Mm-hmm.
does not that does not uh that don't discredit the fact that these were still human beings who made daily choices, who experienced day-to-day life like we do.
Yes.
And
And
that's
for
why
one
it's
thing.
so important to read about these people as opposed to just taking what social media has put out. Because again, if people really knew about King, if we knew, black people really knew about King today, then Dr. King wouldn't be a meme
Right.
with jewelry on and shit.
Right. Right. So yeah, it's like, man, I,
That's a good point, bro. I appreciate that.
yeah, Stokely Carmichael, before he became Kwame Ture, he said, and this is what he said. He was like, man, he said he was in a hotel with Dr. King, and they was discussing, civil rights strategy. And I think they was in Alabama. And he's like, he asked King, he said, man, if they start doing this to us, these so-called Negroes, Stokely Carmichael approaching King with that, he was young, and King was like, I still would be nonviolent. And what Stokely Carmichael said, it's like, man, I respect the King for what he said, and that was that. He said, I knew he was a man of principle. King was a man of principle. It was people in the Boule that had a problem with him pushing the agenda past the so-called social integration. Again, I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna put this in context. There's two
Mhm.
groups of white. During that time, there was two groups of white people, which still is now. The first group is this: during the time of segregation, white people didn't want black people to spend with them. Now look at 2024. Now we trying to get black people to spend with each other. Now look,
Mhm.
listen to me. Put this in context. How it went then. You had a certain group of white people up north. It's called the Missouri Compromise. I can't get into that right now. That's another issue. But I'm gonna tell you, there's always a certain group of white people that's more educated, more refined, that looked at the white people, which was trash. Y'all tripping
Right.
about white restrooms and black restrooms. The white people up north told the white people down south, look, y'all disputing these white people, these black people integrating with y'all economically, but this is black. These are dollars. These are green dollars. So stop the shit you doing. Get off that social shit and get this money from these niggas. Get these money from these niggas. So
Mhm.
get these money from these niggas. All these Rosewoods and Tulsa, Oklahomas and Greenwood. Black people was accepting the fact, okay, y'all want to fuck with us. We're gonna do our own shit. So white
Mhm.
people up north is like, man, get this money from these niggas to shut this other shit down. These niggas gonna spend beyond the railroad track, which usually was a divide between black and black white communities. Bam, white people slowly but surely, okay, fine. And what happened? All the black hotels started to close. All the black business started to close. Black people start spending money with white people. Hotel Hilton, hotel, all this shit changed. Now it's Black Dollar Days,
Mhm.
NAACP. They're spending money back with the black community. Y'all the same organization that was integrating us to spending money with these motherfuckers. So the
Mm,
white the white racists in the South agreed with the white northerner that said, let these niggas spend money with y'all. Stop that bullshit y'all on. That shit old. Get out that Civil War mentality. Black dollars is dollars, nigga. And what
Right.
happened? Black people start spending with white people. And that's what we've been doing now. Now we in 2024. We should have more black-owned businesses. We should we should spend with all. See. Now we going back from what we fucked up on. King was
Mhm.
like, look, man, we're not gonna spend our money. This was King was good at. We're not gonna spend our money with nobody. We're gonna economically boycott these motherfuckers and put our money somewhere else. That's when he became a problem. Integrating a restroom in a faucet wasn't shit because nobody getting money off that. You understand? When
Yeah.
you tell them, because they were still going to the restaurants then, they just had to use the restroom in the back. But when
Right.
you so this is what happened. That was the shift. King started talking about economics, but look where we at right now. Now we want to focus on black dollars again. So they I ain't gonna say they, it's just a perception, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's a perception because now we so integrated with how we spend our money, we don't know who we spending our money with. You know, back in the day, remember they said BK was run by the KKK. Remember that shit? Everybody had BKs in middle
Mm-hmm.
school.
Mm-hmm.
Then we found out. I was young. I knew the KKK was trash, so I started wearing BKs. I don't know how true it was, but we like they were owned by the KKK. So I was like in middle
Yep.
school. I took them hoes off. Even then, not really conscious of what we was knowing other than the rap music, because we found that out through rap. Rap. Nobody that came to the school will have a seminar on BKs. They ran by the no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm just telling the real shit. I found that out through music. So then what Pimp C was saying, fuck Hill filler, fuck Hill figure, you know, Polo,
Yeah. Tom
whatever.
Hilfiger.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still Ralph Lauren is white on. We can't separate how we spend money in this economy. Cause we gonna spend money with people that don't fuck with us. And people that don't
Mm-hmm.
fuck with us, I'm gonna say this too. People that don't fuck with us still gonna spend money with us. It's the
Real
same
talk.
dynamic. So it ain't like we fucking with them, we don't like them, but they don't like us either. They'll spend some money with us. So we integrated to a lot of you know what I'm talking about? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
with
but
integration,
I see.
with go
Mm.
ahead.
But yeah, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I do put a lot on MLK. You know what I'm saying? But I believe like yeah like I heartily believe like bro we fucked up when we really want to be a part of them. Like we really want and we was just like yo we got
It's
our shit. Let's go about our business. Yeah.
bro. All the stats validate that statement. Before, if you look at what we were doing before integration,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the economic side and the family structure side, there were more
Yeah.
two-parent homes pre-integration. There were more two-parent homes pre-integration. There were more two-parent homes pre-integration.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There were more black businesses pre-integration. There were more black hospitals pre-integration. All the shit that we say, well, we ain't that man, we lost that. And the white northerner knew that was chess.
Mm-hmm.
See, we still playing checkers and hopscotch and shit. They was playing chess because they knew if we get the dollar, then they'll never be able to separate.
That's
They'll
right.
always have to. They'll always have to do what we say. They'll always have to accept whatever the fuck we give them because we got their money.
Yes.
And so that's why you don't see Black Wall Street again. That's why you don't see with all the so-called millionaires.
Hmm.
None of the millionaire, how many of that percentage is self-made? Meaning you came into this money on your own plan, you're independent of that system. None.
Done.
Yeah. It's hard. But see,
So so
okay, go ahead.
so
I'm
if
sorry.
they entertainers or
Mhm.
sports figures, which is where you're gonna find the most millionaires at,
That's it. And they
they
push that.
are
And they push that. They push. See, that's the thing. They push the entertainers and athletes, make them spokesmen. You make them the people that to look up to and look. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just man. Go ahead.
and so
No,
these are people with the money. These the people with the money. And so the people that's paying them, these organizations have already told them you can spend
Yep.
this money how you want to, but what you're not gonna do is go start trying to build up the inner
Shit.
city. That's what you're not gonna do with this money.
LeBron did it. He tried to do it, and he kept doing it. I respect LeBron. I got more respect for him off the court than on the court. LeBron took care of his business, established a school. He did his shit. He tried. You know what I'm saying? And go home, nigga, and all of this shit happened to him. But yeah,
And again,
but see,
he did that. Go ahead,
no,
champ.
but I'm saying, but see, now we do this to ourselves though. We do this to ourselves because we is not Ice Cube Big Three known as a declarated national sport. Like he's known that big three shit is just is got the same credentials as the NBA or the
Mm-hmm.
NFL. You know what I'm saying? But we discredit that big three shit. We'll put nothing into that big three. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of washed up old ass athletes that niggas liked in the 90s and probably still, got a jersey or two playing. It's like why the fuck the NBA players is like, you know what? I'm tired of motherfucking getting traded in the middle of my sleep. Bro, I just woke up and I got on the plane and fucking as soon as I get to the shit, they tell me my badge not
Get
working because I
traded.
got traded. And like, bro, instead of
Get traded in the middle of my
Isaiah
sleep.
Isaiah Thomas, bro, perfect example, bro. Like you getting traded in the sleep, bro.
All right, that's how you said.
Instead of us going over there, bro, you see what I'm saying? Like, and actually taking our talents to the South Beach. Nah, we just gonna keep
Yeah,
getting fucked over here.
Ice Cube don't really. Ice Cube good. He don't really pay, man. He not good at really. Ice Cube is a good businessman. He gonna. I mean, don't get me wrong. He doing his thing, man. I like what he's doing. But a lot of them dudes used to big payoffs. A lot of people that went over
Mm-hmm.
there and played with him. But that other side got them used to big money fast. And
Yeah,
Cube got to negotiate with him. Hey man, we get you this for this. Wait. It's hard to get dudes that's been offered all this shit over so many years, millions of dollars,
right.
to go here. So he having a challenge, but bro doing his shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give
Yeah,
it to
so
him.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just felt like, I mean, if we was to put more effort into that, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't get fucked in our contracts so bad. You know what I'm saying? And we would have some type of now we got some type of say. You know, now we go over there, we know that the numbers, if we leave the NBA, we know that niggas is not gonna watch no fucking all white basketball show.
Of course, we make up the show.
Yeah, so it's only you're telling me you're gonna sacrifice 10 years, get fucked out your contract, and then instead of fucking just working this 1 year real quick or 2 years real quick, getting the publicity up and motherfucking getting a max contract then.
I got it. Yeah, I mean, I ain't too much concerned about that. I like the brother that was. I like the bro. I like the bro. Speaking about them Hebrew Israelites, I like him. What was his name? Got in trouble.
You talking about Kyrie?
Oh
Kyrie Irving.
yeah,
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 I was gonna
Kyrie.
say his name. So I'm with that type of player. LeBron on his shit. LeBron, you gotta look at it. The scenario, LeBron got a black wife. See, that's all
Mhm.
dangerous. See, you can't have a black wife that long. Look what Jordan did. Did that shit for
Hmm.
appeal. And look at him all over in Spain, shaking his ass. He all over the place, man. White bitch. But see, the thing is like this. No, the thing I'm trying to explain, he's not a hero to me in
Right,
terms of the community. He's a hero on the court. But see, with young people, what they say means something because who they are. But what they do is different from what they do on the court.
right.
I don't expect Jordan to do nothing else but do what he do, fuck around with white women. I don't expect, but
Uh-huh.
what we don't expect is LeBron to have his wife, Ice Cube still have his wife, black wife. You know how many times they've been approached by leaving? Don't you know there's a story where Pimpin' Ken told Snoop not to leave his wife because he was feeling himself at the time of his career, getting ready to leave his wife and fuck around and do whatever. And Pimpin' Ken told him that they did that video on the What You Heard About Me type shit. He's like, man, don't do it. Stay with your wife. He said that's the best
Yeah.
decision he made. But he was on his shit and he was getting approached. Leave her alone. She's slowing you down. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to
Mm-hmm.
destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, real talk. So a lot of these players in the NBA, man, I look at their personal life. What the fuck are you doing? A lot of them got a white bitch on their elbow. I ain't
Word.
feeling it. I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it. I don't give a fuck if you play for the NBA and make $3 million, you play over there and make $300. I don't care. I don't fuck with you because Your priorities fucked up. You're a
Right,
young person out of high school. Your perception, your mentality bad. Put some money in your face. Put a bitch on your elbow. White bitch gonna she your handler. White bitch gonna watch you.
bruh.
Make sure you all right. Make sure you ain't talking about no major advancements. You can donate to the NAACP, but I wouldn't go see Farrakhan if I was you. That type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Come on, man.
Hey, bro, no, for real, because when you see the rate of these NBA players and football players coming out, and the girl that they with at the fucking signing thing is a white girl and not no sister from the hood.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
But see, again, for us, we're older, we more mature. But look at what that do to young people, 17, 19. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They looking at it like, fuck giving with a black woman. I'm gonna find me, get my money, and give me a Asian. Look at what happened to Jeezy, fucking with that Asian chick.
I don't
That,
feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
feel sorry
Jeannie
for him.
Mae.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
The family didn't like him. You was a nigga in the street. She
yeah.
tolerated you to get some dick and get whatever from you because she wasn't being blunt.
Hey,
And
bro.
now, and when you going
she was
around,
she was happy with the lifestyle because
right.
what she told motherfuckers was that he don't even act like a nigga. He don't even do no nigga shit, bro. What's up, bro? I got me a nigga that don't want to do nigga shit. What kind of shit is that?
Nah, I think that with him, he didn't want to do that shit around her. See, you got a situation where you can't be black all the time. See, I'm saying, look,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be black all the time. You can be black on certain shit, but when it comes to certain conversation, you can't have with her. I just think he
Mm-hmm.
didn't share it. I don't think he shared everything with her. But he shouldn't have. I think he got cuss of his daughter right now. Bitch trash.
Mm-hmm.
He got his daughter, so you gotta look at it, man. Like those are we young growing up. Man, knock off an Asian bitch. That's some good, knock out that Asian. We grow, man. She Asian, but to marry the motherfucker at the
Right.
what you got going as a millionaire, different. I'm like me right now. Well, look, you got an Asian chick. You won't look at me bad. He all right, cause I ain't really got no stack. But if I was like rich, all that look at you. You went and got. It don't even look right. And Jeezy,
Hmm.
yeah, he tripped out. He knew he fucked off, man. But the point I'm making is that these NBA players, man, I don't look at like Malcolm X said. I know
No,
y'all seen the interview. He was like,
so
man, go ahead.
you my fault. What's crazy? Even even if because did you say you had Asian girl or something like that? Did you say?
When I was young, I had sex with one just
Okay.
to do it. I was
All
experimenting.
right. Now, now,
Everybody.
now everybody
Don't
had.
don't 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 judge
So
me.
no, I'm not. I'm not. What I'm saying is, what
I'm
I'm
joking.
saying, even
I'm
if
joking. I'm joking.
today, even if today you had one, the type of shit that you on, the type of stuff that you do and stuff, I
Right.
wouldn't motherfucking put you down because you didn't go out here and tell the young niggas to trap or die, bro. Like motherfucking 17.5. You ain't getting for 17.5, you ain't shit, nigga. Hey, I got 10,000 for a nigga to go get that motherfucking chain, that bitch ass nigga over there. You ain't do that. You ain't going in there telling motherfuckers that. I only got a problem with that is because this motherfucker told me trap or die, but then when they got a fucking Asian bitch and want to live in the suburbs some damn way, have kids and put them in
See,
private school and shit.
see. The problem is, fuck that. Even though he shouldn't be a point of reference to determine your life. And he is because a lot of young people look up to him and determine if he real based on how he
Mm-hmm.
living.
Hmm.
Think about this though. Think about this though. You judging this dude if he real and debating, arguing who got more money and what he did with Gucci Man. I know what you're talking about and all that. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you can't pay your bills. You sleeping on the couch at a broad house. It's too much. It's too
Boy.
much energy
Mm-hmm.
these dudes putting into these other dudes' life, and your life fucked up. You got too much time online to be determining and arguing with niggas in a barbershop and online about who got what money, who real, and you'll never meet these motherfuckers. Nor your shit fucked up. You working at Amazon making $14 an hour, and you living at home with your mama at 25 years old, but you got enough time online to discuss
Hmm.
what Jeezy got and if Jeezy. See, that's what you got to put in context. Nobody wanted that. That shit ain't important. What you do, again, talk about peers in the world that Jeezy in, millionaires, he got a peer group he listen to. He ain't listening to what these dudes saying online. These dudes, you know what I'm saying? He got
Real
groups of
shit.
dudes that got money. He sit with that he know. Man, I was so and so. I was with Shaq the other night. Oh no, they got their stuff to where what they say means something. What these
Mm-hmm.
dudes say don't mean shit. But for these dudes on the inside looking in, he a real nigga. But you arguing about a real nigga and you broke. You are. I was in jail with these dudes, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm in a juvenile facility with these dudes, man. That's a pod. They got cells that come out. I'm in the pod. I'm in there. And they was discussing and arguing. I bring up something by King Von on purpose. And I bring up something by Lil Durk. And they be like, they back and forth. I let them talk. Man, no Von, Vert. And I put it, like I just told you, I put it all in perspective. Y'all arguing about blah, blah, blah. They got quiet. You in jail. They in jail. They in jail facing time and got energy. And I might say energy, passionate. It wasn't no, hey, I feel. No, you know how niggas get.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm no real talk. I'm
Hell
seeing,
yeah.
because we did it growing up. We used to argue about
Mm-hmm.
WA, Ice Cube. We was young.
Shit.
Now I'm seeing
Tupac and Biggie.
now it's more intense. But I had to tell them, y'all out here arguing about these dudes and you facing time. They all got quiet. And we started to talk then. So the point, man, is like, man, for example, people say like Halle Berry, man, if I had these chicks, man, listen, in our world, they like chicks. In the other world, that's just old Halle. That's the crazy bit. They got opinions for these girls that ain't got nothing to do with us. We looking in from the outside. Man, if I had her knee long, I'd never cheat. Okay. No, real talk. In their world, it's 100 kneel long. You know what I'm talking about? You dealing with a certain, to us they look like celebrities. To them that's just old Mariah coming through. That's old Jennifer.
Jenny from the block.
Everybody done had her. For us it's like, if I had her, I'd treat her right. I'd treat her right. Stop it. They all done had her. It's nothing to them. They walk in the room, they ain't all, that's how in here, I'm gonna go get these. Everybody got money and everybody know your history. When you in that circle.
Right.
Yeah, real talk. Megan to us, man, you out there getting high and got shot. Dude shot into the concrete to get your ass out the car. The gravel hit you, but you out there doing drugs. You going to who house? Kardashians. They get high. They all mess around. They love black dick. Every black person in there that go fucking all these. Come on, man, go down. They sign disclosures. They sign disclosures where they go.
When they get in there. Heck yeah, when they get in the door.
If you don't agree, they got your account and route number. They'll agree to take your money if you disclose. They ain't disclosed when you can go to court and fight. No, the route and account number to your account is already lit. It go down. You out there fucking around with a bathing suit on. Everybody getting high. Who was that? Megan Thee Stallion. That's not no news for me. But for young people, it's gonna be online. They're gonna repackage it, resell it, repackage it, resell it, repackage it, resell it, repackage it, resell it. They keying in on our interest, bro. You go online, you see them white. Know what they got on their reels? White people repackaging and reselling. Boom, 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 boom. Pistol plate.
All day, every day.
Go on a white boy reel. What you see? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. This here's the chopper. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna show this.
Oh no, hold on. I got one for you. Hold on. V told me to put this up. I'm glad he said that.
Shit.
It's Buck.
Oh shit! Hold on. This right here is old Buck. Hold on. Let's get introduced to Buck real quick.
Go ahead, man. Do your thing, man. I was just like, go down.
Oh shit!
Right here is Buck. Buck is a micro Draco. He one of my favorite Dracos that what I got. He got a J-Mac LAF up there. He been branded with his name. He got a polished boat. He got the brass knuckle grips. A lot of folks on here don't think you can't hit nothing with a Draco. And that's okay. I'm finna prove to you can't hit something. I'm finna spin y'all around right now. Here. I'm finna show y'all. Let me move you over here. Y'all see that target way down in yonder? That thing's 50-something yards away. Y'all see it? Let me zoom back out. Now watch you here. Let me show you something. Let me get old Buck right here. I'm gonna rack her in there and show y'all. Now, here we go. 50-yard shot with the micro Draco. Buck. Right above y'all. Here we go. Oh, almost. I think I missed.
The beat old buck. I mean, hey, you right. That's what they do. They sit there all day playing with these joints.
Right, and then he making a parody of these niggas that think that's just some hell of a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he cracking jokes, big jokes.
Right.
I ain't mad at him though,
No,
'cause
I
that's what
mean,
that be though.
yeah, that's what we put on ourselves. That's what we show 'em.
Yeah, man, it's been a show, man. Yeah,
Word. Shit.
it's been,
I told the wife, I was like, man, we mess around and go for 4 hours. You already know how this shit go.
yep, and shit, we done did that pretty
Right.
much.
Right.
Yeah,
Salute the
so
heavy lefty in the building. He said the last live was fire too. He commented on that.
already, what's up, Lefty? Yeah, shit, I'm gonna go on. It's about that time, bro, to wind them on down.
Word. Where
This show took a life. This show
Malik,
took a life of its own. This mother just man.
nah, for real. I gotta thank Malika for coming in, bro. He done he done went and shined a different kind of light, you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't gonna cap though. I do be bashing MLK, like, bruh. Nah, bro, you fucked us up, bro. like, you know what I'm saying? I do
Right,
put too much on them, and I know I gotta chill sometimes, but that's how I feel though. I just explaining how I feel, you know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
Like, yeah, because he was the only one that I heard that was introduced to as being the one that wanted to integrate with motherfuckers and wanted to break that separation issue. So, that's why I know that's why I give him so much hassle. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. It's been one of them shows. Like I say, shit, now that he got the link, shit, he anytime he can be here, he'll be here, bro.
Word. And definitely, yeah, I got a link with him too. So after the live,
Oh
make
yeah, I
sure you
got you.
send him my number and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
I
got
want
you.
I want to get started on that shit. See what I
Oh
can
yeah,
do.
the school, the
Yeah,
going into the yeah.
because that's what we
He,
need. We need more people. We need more people to actually that's like him. You know what I'm saying? To actually go in and do what he's doing. Try
right.
to
And
give these people
that,
game.
that's why I wanted him to say something about it, cause shit, he just came in and rocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And not
Yeah, I
say
just want
nothing.
people. Yeah, I just want people to know this ain't somebody that's just bumping. We not associated with people that just talk. We pretty much living what we talk. As
Mm-hmm.
they say, walking like we talk. Yeah, we walking it like we talk.
Real talk. Yeah, good brother. That's a very good brother right there. And
Yeah,
definitely
I,
I need to talk to him. Does he even have his YouTube set up to where as though he does stuff on it?
he got a YouTube, but I don't think he do nothing with it.
Oh
He
shit.
set it up.
For
He
what he
set it up
doing,
years ago.
yeah, for what he doing, he can definitely be breaking the internet for what he did, going in there talking to the kids and in the jails and stuff like that. Yeah, that's definitely gonna break the shit and help break this cipher, this cycle of, oh, I gotta go to jail, have a million war stories, and then come out and do an interview. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of
Yep.
counterproductive. You telling me about your old. That's why and me and Theo mentioned that before. It's like, I'm glad you don't glorify your war stories inside there. If anything, the only thing you ever said about being inside there is, motherfucker, I picked cotton the real way. And that shit stuck out. that shit stuck out. Like, shit. Cause I ain't never heard no shit like that.
Yeah. Pick cotton the real way, bro.
So yeah. We need more people to actually show us that, look, you can go ahead and talk to these motherfuckers. You go ahead and do this. You don't gotta come out here and give no fucking interviews about your fucking old ass war stories and shit. And what the fuck y'all ate on certain Sundays and shit like that. Like,
All that old dumb shit.
yeah. Cause we all know that shit ain't healthy that y'all eating in there. That shit, yeah. So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, this was a good live. I'm glad, yeah, man, the people stayed in and rocked out with us. Yeah, man. I'm glad Malika came in and actually gave us his backstory and what he did. But he been hiding this gem from us for a little second.
Nah, I told him, bro, he just got, shit, he busy.
Yeah.
Life be happening to everybody, you know what I'm saying?
hmm Yeah, but
But
we definitely gotta do one with that I started with what he said. Did I start? Oh, I didn't start. Oh, I thought I did. Jeez. And I put it in the chat. Oh, yeah, white needs and black wants. We gotta do a live about that. White needs and black wants. That's gonna be a heavy topic right there.
yeah, yeah, that's gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah. That's gonna be one of the ones. So hopefully Malika can join us on that one too as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will, bro.
But
Yeah, it's been real. Shit, it's time to get on up out of here, bro. Shit, and I get with you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know how we do shit.
word.
Yeah, so shit, I'm out, bro.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right, y'all. That's another one. Yeah, man. Shit. We gonna get with y'all. Naeem, if you still in there, I'm gonna get with you today and see about what time we gonna do that movie live. We started up the movie book club, so the movie book club, the movie club. So yeah, man, y'all, if y'all got movies that actually go with what we talking about, what we deal with, yeah, man, y'all come drop what y'all want, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I appreciate everyone. Heavy Lefty, Zay, Naeem, Mom Dukes, Baliga. I appreciate you for stopping through. That's about it.
I said this a while ago. You need to start having these motherfuckers' funerals while they're still alive. FBG Duck made dead ops. This nigga right here made a list of dead ops. Or FBG Duck made dead bitches. What is the confusion? You cannot live a gangster life whilst being a rapper, especially not a rapper that's not at NBA Youngboy level, Kodak Black level. You have to be on that level where you can really afford security, where you can really share it. And even them, you only spending money. So every time you go outside, you got to spend money. Anytime you want to go see family, you got to spend money. And you got to hope and pray that that money keep coming in from the label, which means the money got to keep coming in from the people. But in order for the money to keep coming in from the people, you got to make more shit like this. Remember you lost 3? Hey, roll down with the fin. Why the fuck he ain't shoot his heat? You play, then you gon' lay on big 23K. Bust the ass, caught a duck in his ass, still caught one to the face. Bouncing out. Not talking about go to jail and be ready to go to jail and sit in a hole for a whole year. I mean, sitting on the yard for a whole year the same way you was on the street. Not only do you need to be able to go to jail, you need to be able to go to jail and be that same person. if you gonna be a real gangster, a real street nigga. All that shit count. Man, they were talking about killing my grandma, bro. The police, bro. I'm interrogating them folks said they gonna kill my grandma if I don't tell them what happened, bro. Bro, I'm telling them what they said, bro. I wouldn't have told them shit, bro. Them folks hold the gun to my grandma. I was sitting right there, bro. They went to the hospital and put a gun in my grandma's head, bro. What I supposed to do? I wouldn't have told them shit, bro. I'd be ready to do a life sentence, bro. Fuck me. It's about her, bro.
Just to give me some chance, like even if y'all give me a lower bond so I could be out to help y'all with the case, to knock this out, I could do that. In this county, what is gonna happen is I'm gonna talk to the prosecutor, alright? And they're gonna say, was he honest or was he full of shit? And that'll make their determination on how they move forward with the case. Alright? So right now I'm gonna say you're probably getting like 60% honest. I know you don't want to talk about him, but you ain't giving me every
The going on?
I mean, I mean, I'm really honestly just asking, is there anything wrong with getting a positive reaction? I'm just curious. I don't know. See, this is where I can't really identify and or relate to. Let's go.
Feel some type of way, bro. All the real niggas fuck with me. What Lil Durk say at the end of that song? Like, real niggas fuck with me. Like, the street niggas can vouch for me. Anywhere I go, nobody don't play with me. I never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city yet.
Pride cometh before destruction.
There we go. That's the part. I just wanted to get that part in real quick, so we can finish this conversation.
Pride cometh before destruction. I'm still stuck on the comment. When she said that, because again we was talking about who was that pulled up with the shovel. Because you say y'all had already shot the scene, didn't have no shovel. Somebody just pulled up with a shovel. So Naeem said this white man, angel of death.
Yeah.
The man got on the jacket that say Stone Cold. Got the skull and the crossbone, which is the sign of death, on the sleeve. And that's the arm that he's holding the mic in, meaning the face of death is looking at you the whole time you giving this fucking interview.
Two of the forefathers of podcast land, Mount Podmore, are at the table. I sat out there patiently saying, my brother is going to call me into that table to put me in front of this crossover audience to try to help enhance me, because he did it with Rainwater, the basic common urban black guy. So after 20, 30